a great run, and Larry David announced on Thursday that the 12th season of the hit show will be its last. As he said, as Curb comes to an end, I will now have the opportunity to finally shed this Larry David persona and become the person God intended me to be, the thoughtful, kind, caring, considerate human being I was until I got derailed by portraying this malignant character.
So the series, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, I know you're a consistent watcher. There was a pause, and then it...
Oh, there's several pauses.
Right, went back into production.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, I think maybe it started like early 2000s, and there'd be, sometimes 2 or 3 years in between seasons.
Right.
He continued saying, and so, Larry David, I bid you farewell. Your misanthropy will not be missed. And for those of you who would like to get in touch with me, you can reach me at Doctors Without Borders.
That's what he's going to be a part of.
The final season of Curb is set to premiere on HBO and Max on February 4th. So that'll be it.
He's in this Defending Your Life Albert Brooks documentary that Rob Reiner put together. And he is fanboying over Albert Brooks.
Oh, yeah?
It's wild to watch it, yeah.
In an interview with British Vogue published on Thursday, Emma Watson explained why she's taken a break from acting in recent years.
Didn't she just get outlandish Preston planes?
Maybe she did. The Harry Potter star's last role was in 2019's Little Women. She said, I'm just so glad I did because I have this feeling of having my own voice and creative space and sovereignty in some way that I don't think I did before. More autonomy. She has since started an MA in creative writing at the University of Oxford. And she also made her directorial debut with a Prada commercial as well.
And she says she'd like to do a genetically altered shark movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, she's branching out.
I love her in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just on the other night.
Yeah, she's lovely.
I love that version.
Yeah, she said, I'm so glad that I allowed things to be messy for a minute and to really allow myself to not know what's next, because the knowing that I've come to, I wouldn't trade that for anything.
That she's been come to know as.
Known as.
It's basically what I've been come to know as.
During a recent episode of Variety Actors on Actor Series, Zac Efron commented on the recent passing of his co-star, Matthew Perry. They were in 17 again together. Yeah. He said he was in a unique position for me in my career and in my life. His passing is affecting me a lot, and it can be incredibly lonely being an actor and being in the spotlight. It definitely can be isolating. He also shared that he wished that he and Perry had stayed in better contact in recent years. He said it's very important to reach out to friends and foster relationships where you can talk and share stories. And I wish in the past couple of years that I had an opportunity to do that with Matthew. He added, I hold the time we share together really dear, and I've been thinking about him a lot every single day. So
I never saw that movie.
I didn't either.
Because I get tired of like the
body swap
yeah,
thing.
exactly. Yeah, and I probably had a little Matthew Perry fatigue at the time, to be honest. But it looks like there's a lot of people in it that I like.
I don't think there was a body swap as much as there was
genitals.
No. He just got younger, but remained in his older. Wait, no. The freak happened in that movie.
I think you're right, Casey. I think,
so his mind stayed the same, but his body was younger.
Yeah, they played the same character named Mike O'Donnell. And, Matthew Perry's the older version of it. But it's got Leslie Mann, Thomas Lennon, who I love.
All good people.
Yeah.
There's a graphic sex scene with Zac Efron and Leslie Mann because they're a married couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Graphic?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Taylor Swift can add one more accolade. A state House of Representatives resolution is recognizing 2023 as the Taylor Swift era in her home state of Pennsylvania.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Of course, they're doing it at the ass end of the year.
Yeah. But they have said that the year was her era. Lawmakers approved the resolution on Swift's 34th birthday. Probably, since she got Time Magazine Woman of the Year or Person of the Year, that kind of ushered in, and they've said, let's add to it. So
technically, does this mean she's now our governor?
Quite possibly. I think she can stay executions.
Right.
Yeah.
You might want to check your pay stubs. Make sure you're not sending 2 cents of every paycheck to the Taylor
Swift. Pennsylvania has benefited from her Midas touch over the past year. Sponsors say the frenzy for tickets to her tour promoted legislative action in the state to address Ticketmaster's shortcomings. Swift buoyed the local economy with her stops in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and donated proceeds to hunger relief organizations like Phil Abundance.
And that's not an overstatement. They did an estimate. It was in the Inquirer about how much revenue her tour coming to the area, brought into the area.
Yeah.
Insane amounts of money.
Well, the resolution had its naysayers. It passed 103 to 100. Speaker Representative Joanna McClinton, a Democrat from Philadelphia County, jested, haters gonna hate.
So if you're one of the politicians that didn't vote for this and someone is running against you,
right?
Use that in your political ad.
Right.
Yeah.
Most Republicans...
She didn't vote to make it in the era of Taylor Swift.
Most Republicans voted against the measure, as did a few Democrats. She has, quote, transcended the role of pop star, the resolution said. The resolution recognizes her accomplishments throughout the past year, saying that she shines as a role model of courage, self-acceptance, and self-determination, persisting in the face of personal and professional obstacles and challenges.
Guess who doesn't like Taylor Swift? Representative Don West.
She grew up near West Reading, of course, in Berks County, and though she left Pennsylvania for Nashville to begin her music career as a teenager, she had some nods to the Commonwealth in her songs Gold Rush and Seven, to name a couple.
Not familiar.
I wouldn't know personally, but... in her home state hasn't forgotten her. A mural commemorating the artist's youth was posted in her hometown this summer, claiming her as Reading's own Taylor Swift. So she has got this resolution in Pennsylvania. Oprah Winfrey appeared on a recent episode of The Drew Barrymore Show. And some on social media were bothered by how much Drew was touching Oprah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. However, Winfrey told TMZ she thought it was comforting. The former talk show host explained, I was actually comforted by the stroking of the arm. I went home and told Stedman I need to be stroked on the arm. It's so comforting.
And then, but the thing I think that a lot of people are responding to is at one point during the interview, Preston, she actually got up and sat on Oprah's shoulders.
Oh.
Yeah, which is weird.
Okay. Like piggyback?
Yeah. She sat on the back of the couch with her legs down over her.
Oh, over her face.
Yeah.
Wow. She said, no, I was not uncomfortable at all. I've never seen her done that, but I thought it was endearing. I thought it was really great. Drew's terrific, and I love that she's always herself.
That's kind of her thing. She curls up on the couch, or she'll get down on the floor. You know, that's her.
Drew will?
That's
okay.
That's your jam.
All right, cool. Yeah. Listen to this, man. Rosario Dawson is going to be a grandmother next year.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
She told Page Six on Wednesday that her 21-year-old daughter, Isabella, is pregnant with her first child. She adopted Isabella
Hi, Grandmom.
By the way, do we have that whole thing?
Hi, Grandmom. I think I do.
But it comes at the end of an entire presentation.
It does. Yeah, it does.
I do have the whole thing.
All right, fire away.
Wait, hi, Grandma, whole thing. All right, you got to give me a second here.
Okay.
All right, here it is.
All right.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. I'm usually pretty good at picking up on nonverbal communication, but that one in particular, I was completely wrong because I started going into it. I started going, and then I can see your faces, and I was thinking that you guys were like mad at me, like, dude, you're being an idiot and you're wasting time on radio. But really, you were just being quiet because you realized that I was making an ass out of myself.
We were going to get a good run of audio.
It's whenever Pierre starts babbling about something, we're like,
back off.
Yeah.
We got to get this clean.
Back off, war child. We're getting gold here.
Seriously.
Back off, war child. Seriously.
Yeah, so.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma.
That's one I'm not unlike the, hey, everybody's good to have you on the Baba Tuda Bob.
Yeah.
I don't think I could probably figure this one out.
Yes, you could. Not only that, but you could play drums to it, too.
I could do that.
Hi, Grandma. Grandma.
I'll work.
I bet you a listener could
I'll work on it.
could take that and set like a beat to it and a bit of a tune.
It's definitely rhythmic.
Yeah.
I would like to turn it into a Cat Stevens style song.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Slow it down a bit.
Hi, Grandma.
Okay, just side note real quick. Casey, I got a text from a friend the other day, a guy that I've known for a long time, and he is teaching his son Spanish, and he used Espanol as Spanish for Spanish, which is probably 17 years old at this point.
Oh, yeah, it has to be.
It is early days here at MMR, and so he remembered it. So he played it for his son, who's in middle school now, and it literally helped his son learn a little bit of Spanish.
Hi, Grandma.
Nick, can you do me a favor real quick and see how old Rosario Dawson is? So she has a 21-year-old daughter named Isabella. She's pregnant with the first child. Dawson adopted her in 2015 when she was 11 years old.
All right.
So there might be...
Dawson adopted this girl when she was 11?
No. The girl was 11.
Okay.
She's only 44.
She's 44.
Okay.
So she was 33 when she adopted her, and the kid was already 11. Okay, well...
At 11, I don't know if I was mature enough to adopt children.
But she said it's very exciting, and she said that she looks forward to being called a glamma.
Glamma.
Yeah, so we'll see. Let's see. Speaking of children, Paris Hilton shared a video to TikTok on Wednesday to clear the air about a comment she made on a recent episode of her reality show, Paris in Love. She told her sister,
I didn't even know that was on.
Nikki Hilton, that she hadn't changed her son Phoenix's diaper yet. She said, on my show, Paris in Love, I joked about changing a diaper for the first time, which, let's be honest, was just me having a bit of fun. As you can see, I changed his diaper the night I brought him home. And then she wrote, but in all seriousness, when it comes to being a mom, I am fully involved and loving every moment of it. It's interesting how a playful comment can be taken so seriously, even though this season was the most real, authentic, and raw that I have ever been with my fans. Sometimes I play into the whimsical character I portrayed on The Simple Life.
Yeah, well, you got to watch that then. If you're running both tabs, you're going to get people confused. But you're a huge fan of that show, right?
I'm all in.
Paris in Love.
Yeah.
So real quick, because I have to bring this up to you, Kathy, because Rockstar Rob, the last 2 times asked me that I saw him. Did you know that they stayed on your street when they were filming The Simple Life? That apparently they were at some house on your street? There, I've said it. You don't even have to answer the question. So next time Rob sees me, I can say, yeah, I asked her and she didn't say anything.
It appears that the romance rumors are true regarding Olivia Rodrigo and Enola Holmes actor Louis Partridge.
Ooh.
According to Entertainment Tonight, the pair were photographed kissing at a gas station in New York City.
You know, my son is a huge Olivia Rodrigo fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so bizarre because usually when he gets in my car, he's like, can I have the aux? And I'm like, yeah, here you go. And he'll play me Drake or some other rap artist. But like lately, it's been her.
She's a looker.
She is.
She was on SNL. She was a musical guest over the weekend, and Adam Driver was the host. And it was a really pretty song that she played. I only watched one of them, but I liked it. It was pretty.
So this whole thing comes after they sparked some dating rumors back in October. So
And now they're making out.
Now they're making out at a gas station.
And I like the show he's on.
According to Deadline, closing arguments were heard in Jonathan Major's domestic violence trial yesterday. The jury began deliberating later in the day. They're expected to continue to do so today. And he could face up to a year in jail if he's convicted. So
my guess is that won't happen, but there'll be something. It is at this point in my, I'm more pre-med as we all are, but it's not looking good for him, I'd say.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, but we'll have to see what the jury comes back with. People reports that Brooklyn Nine-Nine actor Andre Brower's cause of death was revealed yesterday, 3 days after he passed away on Monday at the age of 61. The Homicide Life in the Street actor's rep told the outlet he died due to lung cancer.
Was he a smoker?
I don't know that, and it's not yet known when he was first diagnosed with the illness either.
They said it was aggressive. That I know.
Yeah, when they initially reported this, they called it a short illness. So that leads me to believe that he recently found out about the diagnosis.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe within the past year or something like that. Who knows? But maybe more will come out. And yeah, Steve, I don't know if he was a smoker or not. James Gunn took to Threads recently to defend his casting choice for Superman Legacy. He said the whole point was it's not a large film. I mean, not in terms of cast. It's normal for single protagonist films to have other characters, much more unusual for them not to, he wrote. And he then went on to slam meaningless cameos. He said, I call that cameo porn, and it has been one of the worst elements of recent superhero films. If a character is in a film, they have to have a reason to be there story-wise. And he said, I don't mind actual cameos if it's a glimpse or a moment, an Easter egg. What bothers me is when they mangle an elegant story by shoehorning characters in. They aren't there because the story calls for it, but for some other reason.
I agree with James Gunn on that.
Yeah. I was trying to think of examples of that, and I couldn't.
Well, like with the Black Adam, when they after the fact shoehorned in Superman at the end of that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay,
so, but they do.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do.
People were giving him crap, James Gunn crap, for putting his brother in the movies too. And as it's Sean Gunn, he's in all the Guardians movies. He's a great actor.
He's awesome.
He's terrific, and he's a wonderful addition to the movies. And people are saying,
Why wouldn't you?
I know,
The guy's
right?
good.
He's fun.
I say this: trust James Gunn.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That guy knows how to make good movies.
Yep.
Shut up.
According to Entertainment Tonight, the celebrity guest judges for season 16 of RuPaul's Drag Race have been announced. There's some good names here.
Yeah.
Fans can look forward to appearances by Sarah Michelle Gellar, Charlize Theron.
Whoa.
I mean, that's full-on A-lister right there. Becky G, Kaya Gerber, Kelsey.
Mitch McConnell.
Ballerini, Mitch McConnell.
There's your moneymaker.
Oh my God.
What?
Shake that moneymaker. Dude. Work it, girl.
Yeah.
Fierce.
Very fierce.
Now that I can do the impression, I have to insert him in.
Please.
Oh,
do
my
it
God.
more.
I love, that is one of my favorite impressions. Steve.
Straight up, you look like a chick.
Kira Sedgwick as well, and more. And the new
That's
season
big, yeah.
Premieres on MTV on January 5th, by the way.
What's that show been on 100 years now?
The 16th season?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah. So Anne Hathaway is glad that her Barbie movie never came to fruition. She said was telling Variety that Devil Wears Prada actor was announced as the star of Sony's Barbie movie in 2017. But she was talking to the Happy Sad Confused podcast and about that movie, and that she talks about the movie that did get made. She said, "What's so exciting about what Greta and Margot and that phenomenal team did is they hit a bullseye. The bullseye caused the entire world to reach this level of ecstasy. Now imagine that version, that much energy, that much anticipation, that much emotion, but it's not the right version. And I actually think of it as a lucky thing that it didn't get made." She said, if I believe that the version I was attached to could have done that, I might feel differently about it, but I genuinely think their film was the best possible version. It's just easy to be thrilled and happy for them, and I love watching women kill it, she said. So she's happy. That she never wasn't. Yes. Sienna Miller's family is growing.
You're huge.
She confirmed that she is pregnant with another girl, displaying her baby bump in a cropped sweater on the cover of Vogue. Miller, who is 28 weeks and expecting with her boyfriend, actor Ollie Green, addressed it all. And she said, "I felt so bad that Marlo didn't have a little partner in crime." So Marlo's the other kid. Rumors of Miller's pregnancy swirled in August as she was photographed with a growing bump while in a bikini in Ibiza. In September, she stunned in a two-piece Shia Pirelli look that showed off her pregnant belly at the start of London Fashion Week during the Vogue World London event.
What a way to live.
She posed for the cameras, clasping her hands on her stomach.
Did rumors swirl at that point as well?
I think they did. I think they surged.
A lot of swirlies going on.
And this will be the second child for her, who welcomed daughter Marlo in 2012 with the Sandman star Tom Sturridge. So they got another one on the way.
Oh, yay.
All right, I guess we'll get to the movies that are opening.
Yeah.
Opening this weekend, you will find Wonka, comedy, musical, fantasy. Timothy Chalamet, Hugh Grant, Kala Lane. Wonka tells the wondrous story of how the world's greatest inventor, magician, and chocolate maker became the beloved Willy Wonka we know today. It's an hour and 56 minutes long. It's rated PG. It's a wide theater release and gets an 83%. That's a good, solid score.
Absolutely.
Also opening this weekend is Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget.
I love that. I love the first movie.
It's an animated adventure comedy, and it stars Thandie Newton, Zachary Levi, and Daniel Mays. Having escaped from the farm, Ginger and Rocky welcome a new little adventure into their lives. Back on the mainland, the whole of chicken kind faces a terrible new threat. It's an hour and 37 minutes long. It's rated PG, and it is released in limited theaters and streaming today as well. It's a good 77% Rotten Tomatoes. And then the final movie to mention is The Family Plan. It's an action comedy. It stars Mark Wahlberg, Michelle Monaghan, and Maggie Q. Dan Morgan loves his quiet suburban life as a devoted husband, father of 3, and successful car salesman, but that's only half of the story. Decades earlier, he was an elite government assassin tasked with eliminating the world's deadliest threats. When enemies from his past track him down, Dan packs his unsuspecting wife, angsty teen daughter, pro-gamer teen son, and adorable 10-month-old baby into their minivan and takes off on an impromptu cross-country road trip to Las Vegas. Determined to protect his family while treating them to the vacation of a lifetime, Dan must put his long-dormant skills into action without revealing his true identity. It's an hour and 58 minutes long, rated PG-13. Streaming today on Apple TV+. No score available now on Rotten Tomatoes.
Sounds a lot like True Lies, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, the hidden secret that he's an agent that will go out and kill people. All right, we're ready for clips. The Buccaneers. That's a show set in the 1870s about girls trying to find a husband during the London debutante season. And in this clip, actor Guy Remmers talks about competing for the main character's love. Here we go.
I feel like Nan for both Theo and Guy, she's just this ball of light and energy, and she lights up every room she walks into. And I think definitely in that time period, people were more reserved and carried themselves in a certain way, whereas Nan is just Nan. And I think she releases both of our characters to be themselves and to feel like it's okay to just be yourself.
The Buccaneers is now streaming on Apple TV. Here's our next clip. American Fiction is about a novelist who confronts our culture's obsession with reducing people to outrageous stereotypes. In this clip, actor Erica Alexander talks about the challenges that she faced. Here we go.
To remind myself that it might be a quieter character than I'm used to, but that she needed to be in harmony with the whole, with the ensemble, and that there were other ways to play intimate and to have impact. And so that's what I tried to do.
Yeah, big whoop, no one cares.
American Fiction is available in select theaters today. I forgot to mention something in the entertainment report. Did you guys see the trailer for
Beverly Hills Cop?
Beverly Hills Cop.
4, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I am impressed.
I am too.
Yes.
They're leaning a little more serious cop drama with the obvious, Eddie Murphy humor, but it looks like that might work.
I think it's a lot of times what you'll find is fans of the original come into positions of power, or at least the ability to produce a version.
Right.
And I think this is what this is. So I'm liking what I'm seeing.
So I saw, and I only watched it one time because it was an ad essentially that ran while I was looking for some prep or something like that. But I saw Judge Reinhold.
Yep.
I think I saw Bronson Pinchot for a moment.
Pinchot is in it, absolutely.
Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser, yeah. So there's some familiar faces from the movies in the past, but it looks like they're going to go with a decidedly, Kevin Bacon looked like he plays the antagonist. That they're going to play this like a pretty gritty movie, but with some comedy in it.
I like that.
Yeah.
So hopefully, keep fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely. All right, with that, we're going to have to take a break. And looking at our guests and what time we're having people on, I'm guessing we're going to have to do the connoisseur.
We're going to have to do it next.
Right off the bat.
So that means,
ladies and gentlemen, we get to eat ice cream at 7 o'clock hour on a Friday morning. But we'll have some stuff for you to win, too, with the movie clips and all that stuff. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a second. Day has broken.
Yeah!
And it's on a Friday. No sad, bro. We'll be right back.
Suddenly I went, oh, my God, he's going to get in such trouble. And I went, oh, no, it's Canada. They understand that that's not a word that's going to start a war.
Right.
No parents are going to write in about that yet.
So Sam, with your lack of culinary experience going into this,
sure,
you're now a restaurateur, right? I mean, so you own 3 restaurants?
I have 3 restaurants. Here's the important part of that, President. I have 3 restaurants with partners, and they came to me and they said, look, we're fans, but we like what you do. Here's what we do. Do we think we could put that together? And I said, yes, but I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be on the line in the back every day. I can't do that. I don't want to do that.
Right.
When we run out of tomatoes, I'm not the guy to get them.
Right.
When Susie calls in sick, I'm not the guy that has to stand up, jump in on the line again that day. I say I have the best restaurant job in the business. I get to be the inspiration, the face, the brand, the food, the recipes. And they do their part and I do mine. And it's been a good relationship so far.
There are so many business ventures that I wanted to get into where I'm like, can I not be the person that has to do all the stuff and just kind of give you guys some ideas or something like that?
Yeah,
I've never found any takers on that.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, Preston, but it's a great relationship. And I know you're kidding, but it's a business that I said forever I would not go into on my own because here's what I know. I know I don't know the restaurant business. And even though I have a successful YouTube following and, of course, a great following in San Diego because this is where I started, I knew that I didn't know how to do that, which, unfortunately, a lot of people think it's about a dish or just a couple of recipes. Honey, your lasagna is so good, and that restaurant down the street is packed. If we had a restaurant, your lasagna is better, we'd be packed all the time.
Right.
Yeah, there's a little bit more to it than that. Speaking of joking... And a listener had emailed me to ask you about this, to find out about this. They wanted to know, what's your beef with Guy Fieri, and is it a joke?
I've never met Guy Fieri. I am only jealous of his success. And he's such a public figure. Let him... his shoulders are strong enough that he can handle the jabs from a little 3.5 million YouTuber like me. Look, I think Guy Fieri on his show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, though it's not my particular style, his style.
Yeah,
it's a bit too over the top for me. But I think he's really good at what he does.
Right.
I think he brings that whole show alive. He does. He had a cooking show when he first won the Food Network star thing. He had a cooking show, and he was in a kitchen. And the refrigerator had a racing stripe on it. There was a pool table. They were trained to play up this whole bad boy thing. I didn't think he was very good at that because he's so over the top. That being said, no, I don't, of course I'm jealous of that success he's got. Come on.
Well, who would you consider your muse in the culinary world? Who inspires you the most?
Well, I do like Jamie Oliver quite a lot. He doesn't use the Naked Chef title anymore, but he has a very natural style. There's nothing forced about it. I like the way that he just feels like you feel like he's just putting stuff together.
Right.
And people will say that about me. And I don't think it's that I modeled myself after him. I think this is just the style that came out, once I started cooking on TV. I like him, and I'm old. So I remember, Julia Child, not really, but certainly enough of her, and a guy named then he was called the Galloping Gourmet.
I loved him. We talk about him all the time, Sam.
And
he was the master of that sort of approach.
Yeah, what I liked about both of them, Graham Kerr, his name, and Julia Child, if something effed up, they went with it.
Yeah,
they didn't. I read once that Rachel Ray in one of her shows in the very beginning cut herself quite badly. They stopped the tape. They crazy glued it, which you can do. It's 100% safe. Put makeup on it, then rolled the tape back a little bit, and then carried on like it never happened. If that happens to me, I swear, if I drop something, we leave it in. If I burn myself, we leave it in. If I can't get something out of a pan, we leave it in. And people will come up to me and they go, one of the things we like is that you make us feel like it's okay to make mistakes in the kitchen. It's almost more encouraging than anything else.
Yeah, I can see that.
So those two people had that style. And for that, I like it.
Sam, I remember one time seeing Julia Child. She was cutting a chicken and she cut her hand open so like the blood was spurting all over the place.
Really?
The crowd was going crazy. It was... that was Saturday Night
Live. You sure that wasn't Dan? You sure that wasn't Dan Aykroyd?
No hindsight. Listen, speaking of the Food Network stars, Sam, does anybody, because of your look, does anybody think that you're Ted Allen from Chopped? Have you ever gotten mistaken?
So there was a big food event in San Diego a few years ago, and there was this big party the night before. And I'm there, and Ted Allen's there. And somebody says, "Oh, let me introduce you to Ted Allen." So I walk up, they introduce me, and he goes, "I have a funny story about you." I go, "What?" He goes, "We were in a restaurant last night. We finished our dinner. We come outside. We're waiting for the car. We're on the street. And a woman comes up and she says, 'Oh my God, I'm the hugest fan. Would you sign a t-shirt for me?' And he goes, 'Of course.' And he goes, 'I'm feeling good inside.' And she walks to her car. She comes back. Somehow she had like a plain t-shirt in her car. And he goes, I sign it for her. I hand it to her. And she's so thankful. And she's walking down the street. And she gets about 2 doors down. And she turns around and she goes, 'This doesn't say Sam the cooking guy.' And he goes, 'I didn't know who you were. And then I asked somebody, and now I see you.' And he goes, 'Yeah, I do think we kind of look alike.'"
Oh, so it's valid.
That's fantastic.
It's valid, 100%. Yeah, it's these dumb dopey glasses that I will now have to own for the rest of my life, or I won't look like me.
It's your look. Don't screw with what's cooking.
Like I'm okay with it. I'm okay.
So,
with it.
Sam, you've delved into the cheesesteak realm on the show.
Yes. God, and please. Oh no, I feared this might come up. Yes. Look, my next cookbook. May I show you?
Yeah, please.
Oh.
Sam the cooking guy between the buns. I love it.
So tacos, hamburgers, sandwiches, burgers, and burritos. So there is a. By the way, if you pre-order this, you have a chance to win a virtual cooking class, private one. Just me, you, and whoever you want.
Nice.
Wow. So there's a Philly steak sandwich in here, and I think one of the biggest problems people make is they overcook the meat. They cut the pieces too thick. They overcook the meat. They undercook the vegetables. Okay. You want the vegetables in here, the peppers and the onions, to be really well caramelized. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that in 2 seconds in a pan. And if you cut the meat too thick, when you take a bite, you get a big hunk of meat hanging off your lip that's no longer in the bread. Yep. And it's tough. You can't do that.
It's funny you should bring that up. It's funny you bring that up because now you can use that as a Rorschach test here in Philadelphia, because whatever place you align with will say a lot. It's sort of like a personality profile. I tend to agree. To me, the classic cheesesteak is thinly sliced meat, but there are people who love it the other way, and it's for the exact reason you mentioned. You pull out half the sandwich with every bite you take. But it probably exists in the pantheon of those, as with pizza. Whatever way works for you is the right way to make it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So before our YouTube channel Style Now, which are episodes that are 15-ish minutes long, sometimes much less. We had a version of it. It was called the Sam Livecast, and it was part talk show, like me at a desk talking like this. We did it live, and then I'd go in the kitchen and cook something. Back in those days, Tony Luke came to San Diego, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, do you want to do something with him?" And I said, "Of course." So he came to my house, and we had a dueling Philly cheesesteak competition. He did his version, which was damn good. I did my version that had a slight Asian, little Asian inspiration to us. I think mine was better. I'm just going to brag. I'm going to go out there and say that. I don't think I could ever get Tony to say that, though. And though we've only met once, I think he was a really, really, really nice guy.
He's a great guy. And, he's a friend of the show.
And it's great. So yes, I'll also say this for people listening. This is back to the teaching part. Thinly sliced meat, cooked very quickly on a hot surface, is much more forgiving in the end than big, fat, thick pieces. Yep. So if a first-timer is out there trying to make a great Philly cheesesteak, or any kind of cheesesteak, slice it thin. You'll find you won't F it up nearly as much as those thicker thumb-sized pieces of meat.
Sage advice. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. From a guy that never went to culinary school. Swears a lot.
Wow. It's impressive stuff. So what are some of the newer things coming up that we can look forward to that you're tackling on the YouTube channel?
Well, let's see. So, we just shot the other day. I think it was really fun. We bought 5 Instapots, lined them all up on the kitchen counter, and we started at one end. It put one thing in, one thing, and went back and showed how they turned out. And Instapots are great. Any type multi-cooker. So this will come out today, I think. It's Monday. I think it's today's episode.
I wanted to get a handle on what you thought about the Instapot, because my wife, I got her one. It was all the rage, I think, 2 years ago. The Instapot. Yeah. And so I contend there's a lot more we can do with it, but it doesn't seem to be lighting her fire. But you believe in the Instapot?
Look, in my personal life, I don't use one very often.
Yeah.
But then here's what we learned about the channel. It's not what I want. It's what the audience wants, right? In any business, it should be that. Here's what we made. In one, we made a short rib ragu in about, an hour, start to finish. Unbelievably delicious. Put it on pasta. We made a shrimp, chicken, and sausage jambalaya. Dump everything in, stir, close the lid, turn it on the rice cooker setting, which the Instapots do. Amazing. We made macaroni and cheese, a little truffle mac and cheese in one in about 10 minutes.
Huh.
We made pork ribs in half an hour in the Instapot, and then took them out and put them under the broiler for 5 minutes. I mean, you can't do that any other way. You really can't.
Yeah.
And that's using the pressure cooker setting.
Okay.
So it's impressive what you can do with these things. Depends on how you like to cook. My wife and I eat pretty simply. Dinner, all our kids are grown. So dinner for us is always a big ass salad with some protein on it. Chicken, shrimp, steak, that kind of thing. We like burgers. So I use a grill. I use my stovetop. I use, whatever. I don't really use an Instapot a whole lot in my personal life, but
because it's just you. I think, like to me, I guess maybe that's what the reticence. It's just us. It's just two people, and you're always making an ass load of stuff.
Yeah, but do you make ribs? I mean, you don't see. Here's the thing that I get: people go, "Well, will you do an episode on cooking for one?"
Yeah,
I go, "Yeah." Go to the store and buy one stinking steak. You don't have to go to Costco.
Yeah.
140 pounds of ribeye. You don't. You can buy one freaking potato and make mashed potatoes for just you.
Yeah.
Or F the potato and buy a bag of chips. Use that for your mashed potatoes.
Make your mashed potatoes.
You just brought up something that has bugged me about my wife for years. When we would make mashed potatoes, just the two of us before kids, she would buy 5 pounds of potatoes, make up mashed potatoes. I'm like, how many potatoes can you sit down and eat? One, right? Let's just mash up 2 potatoes and that ought to do it.
Yeah. Then what are you doing with the rest of them? My last book, leftover recipes with intentional leftovers, was what you do, make a chicken, and then what you do with it besides just eating chicken the same way every night. You make a giant big pile of mashed potatoes, and you got to figure out what to do.
And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you, Kathy. So it's a Friday morning. We got some guests coming up, including actor Jason Isaacs, who we're very much looking forward to speaking to, and also David Lucas, who's going to be at Helium Comedy Club. So that means we need to do the connoisseur segment right now. And the connoisseur! Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Announcer.
Not a problem. You're the connoisseur.
Listen, I'm just excited because we, yet again, the connoisseur segment is sponsored by Mini Melts Ice Cream.
Yeah!
And we get to sample a new flavor this morning. By the way, we had a staff meeting earlier this week, and Chuck D'Amico, is going to be our program director when Bill Weston is retired at the end of the month. And he made a statement. He's like, there is a Mini Melts ice cream freezer in the Preston and Steve Acme Lounge. Please do not take any of it because it's there for us to do these samples, to do these testing, and we have to have our own specific freezer. We can't just throw it in the station freezer because it needs to be colder, temperature-wise, because this stuff is special made.
Do you know, reading the specifications, the data on the Mini Melts and the particular flavor that we're doing today, Rainbow Ice, so it is one serving. 80 calories.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this morning we are trying a sorbet.
Yes.
This is not an ice cream, technically. This is a sorbet that we are trying. So it's dairy-free if you would like to have that. And Steve's diving in, so is Casey. I can't do it at the same time, you guys. Yes, Nick.
So I have, we mentioned this before, but in the Mini Melts package, you get the little spoon on the inside, which is fantastic. It's a little plastic spoon.
Yeah.
And Preston, all of the little Mini Melts, there's a clump that is frozen to my spoon.
Ooh.
So my first big bite, Steve, look at the size of this thing.
That's a whopper.
Isn't that great? So I'm very excited.
Ooh.
This is very sorbet-y-ish.
It's a sorbet. That's what this is. So I love that. I love sorbets. Sorbet and what's the other one? Sherbet. Thank you very
What's
much.
the difference between
What do you eat if you're having 2 sorbets? What do you eat in between? Because
I don't know.
sorbet to sort of cleanse your palate. Right?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know, but that's damn good.
Liked it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pinpoint the flavor because it's rainbow, so it's a variety of flavors that are in here.
Sherbet is made with dairy. Sorbet is not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a sorbet then.
Yep.
I taste a cherry in there, Preston.
Mm-hmm. I'm picking up on that. Well, each cup of Rainbow Ice Mini Melt, Steve, it says only 80 calories. So feel free to have 2 or 3 or 5 if you want to.
I love it.
And by the way, Mini Melts ice cream is free of all of these things: soy, egg, peanut, tree nut, sesame. So if you have any allergies or anything like that, you don't have to worry about it. But you get to your local Wawa, taste for yourself. You got to look for the signature Mini Melts ice cream standalone freezer near the front of Wawa, making it easier to grab one near the register. And it has to have its own container because they keep it cooler than your regular ice cream.
No regular ice cream.
All right, I'm taking one last bite because I got to do that.
I know. It's so... again, Nick, you said yesterday, what'd you say? I hate that. I love these things.
I'm annoyed. I didn't want to like them as much as I did because now we have this freezer in the green room.
I know.
And I'm like, oh, great, cool. A snack that I can have on all the time, but it's damn delicious.
Yeah, and after we try each flavor, we can just clean out the freezer of those particular flavors. So you don't need to do the on-air sample anymore.
You know who was disappointed by Chuck's news was Ray Koob. He was like, wait, oh, really?
Marcus
I know.
was too.
Marcus
he was like, what?
Yep.
Not right.
All right, let's begin with our first story from the Connoisseur. We'll do the movie clips in a little bit and give some stuff away, but we're going to start with this. DoorDash celebrated its 10-year anniversary and has released food and ordering data acquired through the last decade.
This is always kind of interesting. What is ordered the most?
Yeah, so instead of the last year, this is the last decade, and the most ordered food nationwide. What would you say? It's it's a side dish. I will tell
French
you.
fries.
All right, what do you guys think?
French fries is going to be my guess.
Anybody else?
Freedom fries.
Freedom fries.
Tacos?
No, they're right, Nick.
Oh, okay,
French fries are tops on the list, followed by chicken quesadillas, mozzarella sticks, and then after that is garlic naan, which is fantastic if you've ever
What's
had
garlic
it.
naan?
What is that?
It's an Indian bread. It's almost a pita-esque, but it's a little bit lighter. And if you get some garlic on it, it's fantastic. So.
I am so over mozzarella sticks, by the way. I
Me
can't,
too.
I can't do them anymore. However, I haven't been to Maggiano's in a little bit. They have mozzarella. They're like patties.
Wedges? Oh,
yeah.
like
yeah.
wedges?
Wedges, yeah.
It's the same
I
thing.
feel like I could do that. Yeah, but it's all about the presentation.
The wedge tastes better.
The wedge tastes better, I think. But yeah, I don't. For some reason, I'm just over the mozz stick.
Casey had a name for you for a non business would be none of your business.
None of your business.
Yeah.
Naan. So that was that was an interesting one. As for groceries, the most ordered staples are bananas, Roma tomatoes, and strawberries.
Why Roma tomatoes?
I don't know. Well, they're smaller. They're firmer. I don't know why. For whatever reason,
Are they
you know what?
good
They're
for-
good in salads.
Yeah,
a lot
all
of
right.
people put those in salads. So.
What's the one I'm thinking of? No, is it San Marzano? The ones that are good for like pizza sauces and stuff?
Don't know.
Is that what it is?
Not really sure.
Yeah, because I had to go get tomatoes. I had to get a whole bunch of produce last week, and there was the request for a specific tomato, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
We don't got that. So
Well,
do
no.
you-
Then I had to ask people. I'm like, do you know what? I wish I could remember what kind of tomato it was, but
Okay.
Do you use DoorDash?
my wife do. I do not.
In 2013, when DoorDash first began delivering, top ordered foods included Chipotle chicken sandwiches, pork pot stickers, and tomato bisque soup.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
When,
Give me a regular Saturday night soup.
when sending a delivery as a gift, users can choose to include a message as well. One customer's message read, "For my hangry girl, you are not you if you are hangry." And then there was a note that says,
Low OJ.
"For your stanky armpits,
No.
LMAOO." Okay. So anyway, those are just some stats from a decade of DoorDash.
I needed soup the other night. I just wasn't feeling it, and I needed soup. And the only soup we had in our pantry was a lentil soup. I was like, this is not a sickness soup. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love lentil
I
soup.
know, but I needed something with like a chicken stock in it, and this was like, it was really close to being like a chowder consistency.
Lentil soup is yummy.
I'm not saying it's not yummy. It's not a sick soup, though.
I have a question. As I was looking in my pantry the other day, and we were down to where we didn't have any tomato soup. I was going to make Rochelle tomato soup and grilled cheese. Great, one of the greatest combinations ever. So we didn't have any. And the only soups we had were cream soups, cream of chicken and cream of mushroom and stuff like that, which are used to make other, dishes usually. But I was curious, does anybody just eat
cream of
chicken soup?
Yeah.
Or cream of mushroom soup?
I used to
just
love
alone by itself?
Well, yeah,
cream of broccoli, cream of mushroom. I used to love those soups.
Okay, just by themselves.
Cream of mushroom was when I worked at the Dilworthtown Inn. That was like a main.
I would like to have some cream of mushroom soup and a nice piece.
That was always on the menu.
How about cream of chicken soup?
I like it. Yeah, it's like a standalone. Yeah.
Okay.
I myself have not really made that menu items.
I don't think that there's a chicken soup I don't like. I'm like a chicken tortilla soup, a regular straight up chicken soup, like chicken noodle soup, all of it. Chicken with stars.
Yeah.
Chicken with rice?
Chicken with rice.
It's another good one.
Yeah.
I mean, Italian meatball soup uses chicken soup, right? As a
That's the
Italian
stock?
wedding soup.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably the stock, yeah.
Yeah.
Campbell's line of chicken soups are all fantastic.
Preston, though, yes, I think that it is served that way, but I would pass on. Like
I know you
I need
would.
to stay away from the
Anything that mixes with a casserole, you don't want to be
or
a
just
part
like
of
put that creamy as a soup, like taking a full spoon of that regular soup,
I'm
like
not a fan of cream.
Is it just
vegetable
too
broth or chicken broth.
It's too
I was better.
thick. It's too
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Jealish.
Yeah, Steve, it is.
We have not heard the term Jick Jeel in a long time. Thank you for bringing that back. All right, let's play a clip from a film and see if you can identify it. It's going to have to do with food or beverage. And Case, let me see. Do I have these? Yep. All right, let's play this one and see if you happen to know. And it looks like these are all holiday-themed ones.
Oh, nice.
That Marissa has come up with. So here we go.
This turkey tastes half as good as it looks. I think we're all in for a very big treat.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Okay, Eddie.
Okay. All right, 215-263-WMMR, pretty easy one. All right, order up. Our next one from the connoisseur. All right, so there is a bizarre trend that has become popular in Changsha. This is in China, I believe. Yes, and it's called grilled ice cubes.
Grilled ice cubes.
Yeah.
Delish.
It's at Changsha's night market in China. And it involves flavoring ice with spices over a flame. It's
And putting it in a drink?
It's it's $2. So the result is a treat that is hot and smoky on the outside and cool and refreshing
And
on the
melted.
inside. So ice is sprinkled with oil and chili powder, cumin, scallions, and coriander. And then you try your ice with soy sauce, oyster sauce, or sesame oil. People eat their grilled ice cubes with a spoon or chopsticks. So I would have to see this because it doesn't make much sense to me. But you know how they do like fried ice cream and stuff like that? So there's a way to do it. It's going to be encased in something that holds that integrity. But I assume that they kind of flash fry it real quick.
That would have to be it.
Yeah.
You couldn't let it go for a long time. Otherwise, it'd be a drink.
Have you guys ever, wait a minute, we're looking at a picture of it, and no, it doesn't have a coating on it. Wow, they're ice cubes. They must just pop it in for a moment.
What do they put in a toaster?
No, they heat it over, it looks like a grill to get the smoky flavor. Okay, that's what it is. And then they add the seasoning. That looks stupid to me.
Do you ever, like around a fire, do you ever put some ice cubes on a stick and roast it?
Yeah, and it's fun for about 30 seconds. And, have you guys ever had fried ice cream before?
Yes.
I never have.
I like it.
Yeah?
It's not a massive favorite, but I liked it.
It's a bit of a novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Chi-Chi's, I think, sold it, right?
Yeah,
Did
it's
they?
like cinnamon. Yeah, that was like their
Cinnamon.
signature.
Cinnamon is what I had.
Yeah, it's like cinnamon and like a sweet tortilla crunch that it's kind of in.
Okay.
Yeah, or at least that's the way Chi-Chi's did it.
Kind of churro-esque.
Yes.
Okay. So
It's like a steam kebab.
TikTok comments on grilled ice videos range from confused to curious. And so I had never heard of that, but that's a unique cuisine. Should you be in China, I'm sure you'll try it.
The most decadent thing I've had fried was, the fried brownies.
Oh yeah, fried Oreos. All
Oh
that.
my God. And they're so good. And the best part of frying is that it makes it more caloric.
All right.
Hey, are there any Chi-Chis at all anymore?
I think we've asked this before, and I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought they went out of business.
I only went there like one time. I remember going there after a school dance and getting a fried ice cream and being obsessed with it and never having another one ever after that.
Was it the one by Granite Run Mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one I ever went to.
Yep.
All right, let's see if somebody knows what movie this clip is from.
This turkey tastes half as good as it looks. I think we're all in for a very big treat.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Okay, Eddie.
All right, we will go to Ryan, see if he knows the answer. Hey, Ryan, morning, buddy.
Hey, it's me, Gay Robot.
I haven't heard that in ages. Gay Robot. All right, Ryan, what movie is it from?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Of course. Hang on a second. We got a surprise for you, sir.
All right, we have a case of December's beer of the month. That is Juicy Monkey. Victory Brewing's new Hazy Imperial IPA is packing a punch of tropical juice flavor at 9.5% ABV. It'll put you on monkey time in no time.
All right, let's play another clip, see if you can identify what film this food clip is from.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody.
All right, 215-263 WMMR. Let's see if you know the answer. Order up. All right, every once in a while, Costco drops a few particularly tempting new goodies via its brand Kirkland Signature.
Right.
We've talked about Kirkland
Very popular,
before.
yeah.
And it's offering packs of chocolate mousse desserts for customers to enjoy.
Mousse?
Okay.
Mousse, yes. The treats have appeared just in time for the holiday season, and each pack comes with 6 single servings of mousse.
Why don't you forget the moose for a moment?
I love chocolate mousse.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It is so wonderfully light and airy and yummy. I am a huge fan of chocolate
I will
mousse.
kill for chocolate mousse.
Yeah, same, Steve. Why is it slightly better than chocolate pudding? Because it is.
Because of the airiness, I think. How in the
Yeah,
preparation,
lighter.
it's just the lightest, most wonderful mousse you could
you
have.
think is pudding therefore like too gloppy?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
Floppy's a good word for it.
It's heavier, yeah.
Yeah.
Mousse is,
Man.
it's
Kathy,
perfect.
you made a face.
Because he said pudding, and what I was going to say was because pudding is disdisgusting. Mousse is not. That's why, Nick.
I love pudding, though,
Not all
too.
puddings are
It's as
disgusting.
simple as that.
Pudding, I love mousse. I love it all.
So, and by the way, Costco does make some great desserts. They have, they call it the tuxedo cake. It's fantastic.
Yeah?
It is awesome. Oh my God. Yeah. So
Are you a Costco member?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
That's your.
Yeah. That's
Bulk-
our
your
bulk
bulk
store.
shopping, yeah.
Well, are you?
No, because it's a little further away. BJ's is right down the street, so I
Yeah.
do BJ's. But
Yeah.
I feel like they don't have like these
Yeah.
specialty things like Costco. Costco's and Sam's too. Sam's did a line of Christmas decorations that were awesome.
Oh, okay.
And then Costco does these things, but I feel like I
BJ's
don't really
doesn't
get
do.
the.
Because I
yeah.
go to your BJ's.
It's just like bulk shopping, which is great, but
Yeah.
we don't have like these little specialty things.
Rib
There's-
off.
Costco's food is really good. It's it's quality. The cuts of meat are excellent. All the varieties, whether it's fish or poultry or whatever you're looking for, it's well done.
Now, this mousse thing that I can't have.
Yeah. So the
Why
product,
don't you forget the moose for a moment?
the product's title is somewhat generic, though. So here's exactly what you can expect upon purchasing a pack of Costco at Costco for $9.99. They're shaped like small circular cakes. The chocolate mousse desserts are made in Belgium, according to the packaging.
It's another country.
And they feature, and known for their chocolate,
Yeah.
actually, and feature 3 distinct tiers of chocolate. The filling is a semi-sweet, fluffy mousse that sits on a crunchy cookie base, which is covered in a coating of silky chocolate ganache.
Is it a chocolate cookie base?
I would assume so, but I do not know, Casey.
I mean, honestly, I'm cool with that. But man, if it was like one of those graham cracker cookie base,
You're going to shoot.
Oh, absolutely.
To top it off, shavings of dark chocolate are sprinkled on the surface, giving each one an even fancier edge. In the comments, shoppers who have tried them are torn. It says, if you love all things chocolate, eating one will be the opposite of a problem, but some claim the texture was less than ideal. It says, these are so good, but another user exclaimed, one user exclaimed while another argued, the chocolate flavor is nice, but the mousse is too bouncy and not creamy enough.
Oh, well, that could be an issue.
That's one person's
One
opinion.
stupid a-hole.
Yeah, so...
Shut the f
So it's a new dessert product available at Costco should you feel the need to try. All right, we'll see if someone knows what movie this food clip is from.
You did it! Congratulations! World's best cup of coffee. Great job, everybody.
All right, we're going to go to Danielle. Hi there, Danielle.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're wonderful. Danielle, do you know what movie that's from?
That is from the movie Elf.
Of course, Elf. Yes. Nice job. And that means we have this for you.
All right, we have, check this out. You got a pair of passes to join Marissa Magnata and Ricky Batalico along with Baroni Fini. Oh my gosh, am I saying this right? Baroni Fini wine? All right, I did it. And that is the Feast of the Seven Fishes. It's going to be on Wednesday at 2 p.m. at Villaggio Italian Restaurant in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And you can enjoy an incredible three-course meal of delicious seafood and Italian wine pairing. And this is presented by Baroni Fini. And if you don't win, you can actually purchase tickets for just $55. You just click events at WMMR.com for tickets and complete menu items.
All right, next movie clip case.
Is it in order there?
What's that,
Okay,
man?
hang on. I'm just going in your order.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
You're good there.
All right, next clip. What? And these are all holiday related food clips. Let's see if you know what movie this is from.
Can I buy your ham?
Pardon?
Yeah, your ham. You see, it's the last one. And my daughter Blair, see, she's coming home all the way from Peru, and hickory honey hams are her absolute favorite. And I'd like to buy it from you.
All right, 215-263-WMMR. Let's see if you know what movie that particular clip is from. Order up. All right, I'm going to mention Olive Garden here for a moment. And not necessarily food related, but pretty interesting. So when you go there, when you get the salad, the salad and breadsticks combo, the server will come over and they'll use that cheese grater if you want.
Yes.
The Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
I love that cheese grater.
Yeah.
You can buy those cheese graters.
Are they Olive Garden sold?
Yes, they are. So all you have to do is ask if you'd like to receive a 4-ounce, 8-ounce, or pint-sized portion of their delicious Alfredo sauce as well. So you can, the bottom line, this article says you can buy some things from the company. So they'll take matters a step further and announce the release of the appropriately named Never-Ending First Course merchandise line. So the new collection comes in time for the beginning of the holidays now. So you can buy the cheese graters for $15. You can order one online starting now. And they also have several clothing items at Olive Garden that you can order. For $30, you can get an Olive Garden to-go bag containing socks in 3 different patterns, breadsticks, bowls of soup, and salads.
Do they have suits?
No, they have. They do have some full-body clothing.
Okay.
So you can choose from a $47 Seasons Greetings sweatshirt. 20 or gratings. Seasons
great because of the grated cheese.
And
it's
then
brilliant.
A $27 Seasons grating pajama shirt and $42 matching pants.
All right.
They first ventured into the realm of merchandise last year in 2022. They sold a limited number of Olive Garden themed PJs for the whole family. And I guess it really took off. So they had hooded onesies, and they had pictures of spaghetti and meatballs, breadsticks, soup, salad, dinner mints, and stuff like that.
See, what I love here is in the illustration, there is a cheese grater flying over the Olive Garden, creating sort of a cheese/snowfall.
I love that. That's pretty cute.
Do they have wedding gowns?
You probably have to order those well in advance.
Okay.
If they do. So.
Do they have Gene Hackman, Preston?
Yes, but you have to order them 6 months in advance.
Steve, they do have dog toys that are shaped like breadsticks, and so the caption on this one is "Good boys get good toys."
I think Olive Garden gets dismissed and should not. They still have one of my favorite lasagna dishes. Some good stuff.
Listen, it's an easy casual meal.
Yes,
that's what I think about Olive Garden, and I do
solid.
I do like the salad and breadsticks.
Yes,
they're great.
I mean, Olive Garden.
So knock it off.
Olive Garden is to Italian food what Chili's is to Mexican food.
There
right?
you go.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's totally fine. If you want an authentic Italian restaurant, you probably don't want to go there. But if you want to go there and feel like your family, go to Olive Garden.
I feel like I need to go and taste it again. It's
Okay.
like one of those things like, well, Is it actually good?
I made a mistake one time, Nick. I was going there and I went to Olive Garden and I had been feeling good in the neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
And so I said, oh, wait a second. I've made a bad mistake here.
All right, so if you want to get this as a gift, you can get the cheese grater for somebody, but they also have the clothing line, too. And that sweater is pretty cute.
Now if they sell pharmaceuticals.
The grater. All right, let's see if somebody knows what what movie this clip is from.
Can I buy your ham?
Pardon?
Yeah, your ham. You see, it's the last one. And my daughter Blair, see, she's coming home all the way from Peru, and hickory honey hams are her absolute favorite. And I'd like to buy it from you.
All right, let's go to Lisa, see if we can get a winner here. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Lisa, what movie is that from, please?
Christmas with the Crank.
She's correct, yes. That's Jamie Lee Curtis. She's screaming her head off.
Play that one more time.
I love the yells is the best.
Can I buy your ham? Your ham. You see, it's the last one. And my daughter Blair, see, she's coming home all the way from Peru, and hickory honey hams are her absolute favorite. And I'd like to buy it from you.
I love her.
It almost sounds like a Golden Pond loon.
Yes, you're right.
It does.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. Oh, wait. Nope. Another clip.
No.
Another movie clip.
Well,
Sorry
no.
about
I got to give her a prize.
Oh, what did she win?
Lisa, you won a case of December's beer of the month. Juicy Monkey Victory Brewing's new Hazy Imperial IPA is packing a punch of tropical juice flavors at 9% ABV. It'll put you on monkey time in no time.
Can we grab the front of that and just hold on to that for reaction? Because at the beginning of that clip is so good. We could use that.
We can grab that later on for sure. All right, let's do another clip and see if we can identify what particular movie. Case, can you set up a new one for me?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, let's see if you know what movie this is from.
Bless this highly nutritious, microwavable macaroni and cheese dinner, and the people who sold it on sale. Amen.
All right, 215-263-WMMR. We'll get another story here. So grocery stores are getting expensive, have been in the last 12 months. Pennsylvania has had the largest increase in grocery prices than any other state in the U.S., according to Consumer Affairs.
We did it.
Prices in the state increased by 8.2% since last year, more than the nationwide price increase of 5.3%. But the Philadelphia region is the metro area with the highest grocery price increase in the country.
Yeah!
Right. We're number one.
We're number one.
This comes at a time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the highest cost for groceries is in Philadelphia.
This comes
excepting Newark.
This is at a time when prices for all goods in the region have risen in the past few years. The Inquirer recently reported that local grocery prices skyrocketed 24% since 2020, according to Consumer Price Index. The state with the lowest price increase, Colorado. They only saw an increase of 2.9%. To put that into perspective, Pennsylvania shoppers are going to spend nearly $500 more per year on groceries than shoppers in Colorado. So Philadelphia is number one as far as the cities. Then Albany, New York, Syracuse, New York, Baltimore, and Boston. So it's all Northeast.
Of course, yeah.
Understanding why certain regions have different grocery prices can depend on a variety of factors like the operating costs of a given grocery store, how various grocers transport products to their stores, and the global supply chain. It can also be the rules of supply and demand. Salaries tend to be higher in the Northeast metro areas, and there's a higher concentration of people. More people with more money means that the stores can charge higher prices, but these densely populated areas also have more stores competing for business, and that can balance prices. A culmination of these factors has resulted in Philadelphia's grocery prices increasing, and in some cases twice as fast as in other cities.
So I went in to get some Nabisco cookies, and below it said credit terms are available.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, wow.
Talk to the manager.
Wow.
By the way, while Philadelphia had the highest price increase in the U.S., rural areas, and I didn't know this, in general have historically higher prices for groceries than other areas.
And I can guess why. Because they're in rural areas.
Yeah.
There's a transport cost.
That's exactly it. Yeah, it's higher transportation costs of getting food to rural grocery stores and smaller populations with less money to spend on those goods. And that's why in places like Hawaii, stuff is really expensive because it's got to get there.
Do you know how many of them will cut their grocery costs by reverting to cannibalism?
Oh my goodness.
And that really helps pad your dollar.
Certainly.
And you waste all that money trying to cover up the crime.
Yeah. What's everyone else is doing it?
The most expensive location you've been in, just like as far as restaurants go? And
Hawaii.
Is it Hawaii?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Probably.
New York City.
Yeah.
New York City, you're going to pay $20 for a hamburger.
Yeah. I went to Iceland one time, and that was by far and away the most expensive I've ever
No
experienced.
kidding.
Yeah.
What did you pay for a Gert Plop?
The Gert Plops were actually on sale that week, so we got those at a discount. There are two things that are cheap there: fish and beer.
Yes,
because they make it, but everything else, to your point, Steve, they have to they import it. You know, they bring
that's
it in.
it. Yeah.
Preston, we were just talking about this last night. I went to a Phil Abundance board meeting, our quarterly board meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone was very gracious for our contributions. And I'm talking to everybody here listening who contributed to Camp Out for Hunger, because this exactly is what we're talking about. Like,
It's
so high.
That's what they're fighting.
I'm sure that they are acutely aware
Yeah,
of it.
food insecurities are up 37% in our area, and they were just talking about grocery prices and such. So thank you, everybody.
Yes.
And help if you can. Continue if you have the means to do that. Help out. All right, let's see if somebody can identify this.
Bless this highly nutritious, microwavable macaroni and cheese dinner and the people who sold it on sale. Amen.
All right, we'll go to Dave. Try and get the answer. Hi, Dave. Morning, bud.
Morning, you guys rock.
Thank you, Dave. All right, Dave, what movie, please?
Home Alone.
Of course. Yeah, hang on a second. Here's what we have for you.
Well, you have a case of December's beer of the month, Juicy Monkey. Victory Brewing's new Hazy Imperial IPA is packing a punch of tropical juice flavor at 9.5% ABV. It'll put you on monkey time in no time.
All right, let's do one more clip, see if you can figure out what movie this is from and win. So here is our final one.
Meatloaf, meatloaf, double beetloaf. I hate meatloaf.
All right, 215-263 WMMR. Call if you know. It's an easy one. All right, order up. I have two stories that I really want to get to.
Well, then do
here.
both.
All right.
At the same time.
McCormick and Company has named tamarind as its flavor of the year for 2024, according to the company's recently released Flavor Forecast Trends report.
Didn't even know about tamarind until Jen Carroll.
Yeah. The annual report is created by a team of chefs, culinary professionals, trend trackers, and food technologists to predict the most significant flavor trends of the upcoming year.
This sort of works out because, tamarind is now dating Pantone's color of the year.
Steve, I was just going to say, this is like the Pantone, color of the year, but in the food world.
Kathy there, they've been
But
seen
remember,
together.
Jen came by and she brought us little packets of that stuff, and she said you can use it on tons of things. She said even like sprinkle it on like popcorn, stuff like that.
She's awesome.
She is the best. Offering both sweet and tangy flavor notes, tamarind traditionally has been used in Latin American, Caribbean, and Mexican cuisines. The flavor of the year is now featured in McCormick's tamarind and Pazil chili seasoning. And its appeal as a global flavor has led to an increase in snacks using tamarind, by the way.
My ex-wife introduced me to tamarind. She used to live in St. John in the Virgin Islands, and you could just pick them right off the tree there. They come like they're in pods, really, yeah. And so you can pick them off. You can, Steve, if you're adventurous, you can eat them right off the tree. But then you can also use them in all sorts of cooking dishes and whatever. But they're delicious. They're
Sometimes
a little.
I'll eat
sour.
stuff that I find outside.
Well, I mean, like you probably might pick an apple off a tree and eat that if you're at an orchard. So it's not that different.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's stuff I find on the pavement, which is probably wrong.
I don't know if I've ever. No, I have. I was going to say pick something off of a tree and just eat.
My dad and I used to go hunting, and we would hunt in a friend of his owned a farm, and he had soybean fields. And when we'd be out there just waiting, for birds to come by, we'd grab those soybeans right off the plant and eat them. Yeah, they were raw.
Okay.
They weren't. It wasn't like edamame. It wasn't like steamed and yummy.
Right.
It's so good.
But we
and look,
would eat those.
it was a chicken sandwich tree.
Yeah.
One time, this happened actually twice. Once with my dad and once with my brother. They walked into my house and they were eating a piece of fruit. Like, I guess it was an apple. And I'm like, where did you guys get that? Just because it didn't look like,
Off the belladonna tree.
It was a little smaller, and I was like, where'd you guys get that? And they're like, do you know your neighbor has fruit trees? I go, yeah, I do. I go, don't go on their property and take their fruit and eat it, okay?
Yes. Is that what they were doing?
That's hilarious.
Yes,
Well,
correct.
you can't do that.
They were. It's so like where you park for my house.
Yeah.
Their tree is like right there. So I'm sure they got out of the car and they were like, oh, but both of them the same at different occasions, picking from my neighbor's fruit tree.
My mom and sister lived in Florida, and they had orange trees and lemon and grapefruit trees. I mean, like citrus trees are all over the place down there.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
And you could just grab them, and while I'm like, this is great, you know. They're like, no, they fall on the ground, they rot, they attract bees, and,
Well, that's
and
like
it drives
apple
you crazy.
trees. Apple, you get
Or
like a
peach
crab
tree.
apple tree.
Oh, you get bees
Peach
like
tree
crazy.
like crazy. So, but they're delicious.
Right.
So that for that one moment where you can go, hey, right out of nature, and then as you're walking back to the house and being attacked by bees.
Yeah. But we had like, and honestly, like looking back on it, we could have all been poisoned at some point because we would grab these, like, I guess they were blackberries.
The berries,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
We would just grab those and eat those.
There was always, you remember in school, maybe it was just because there were so many where we were on Long Island of those plants, but you would get the warnings constantly how to delineate between what berries you could eat and what you could not eat.
Yeah, we had wild blackberries when I lived in South Carolina all over the place. We used to go pick those and eat them.
Do you know what you have to run? I remember when I lived in California briefly for a little bit, just under a year, they would say, don't eat the rattlesnakes.
Oh, yeah, that's dangerous.
It's tempting,
It's
but
tempting.
resist.
What about wild raspberries around here? Because they grow in a lot of different places.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like if you walk around Valley Forge in June, you can just pick them right off the bush.
Nice.
Eat them. Yeah, they're delicious.
I'll try that. All right, let's see if somebody knows what movie this particular clip is from.
Meatloaf, double beetloaf. I hate meatloaf.
All right, we will go to Chris. Try and get an answer. Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Good morning, Ed.
Good morning to see you, Chris. All right, what movie is it from, bud?
That is from A Christmas Story.
And we, next week, are going to have Ralphie, Peter Billingsley, on our show. Pretty awesome. Love talking to him.
What is he? Is he talking about the?
He's
Probably
talking
about the
sequel?
Well, no, he's talking about not the sequel. No, he's talking about A Christmas Story, of course, but he's also teamed up and continues to team up with Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau, and they're producing a new movie together.
Oh, nice.
So he's going to be talking about that. Yeah.
All right, what do we have for Chris Case?
Chris, you have our final case of December's beer of the month. This is Juicy Monkey, Victory Brewing's new hazy Imperial IPA, packing a punch of tropical juice flavor at 9.5% ABV. It'll put you on monkey time in no time.
All right, I was going to do one more, but we do not have time. So we're going to have to wrap that up. I'll say it's a non-time sensitive. I'll save it for next week. By the way, I think we're going to do Connoisseur next Thursday because that'll be our last day before we go into our winter break.
It's true. More mini melts.
So we'll have more mini melts. And thank you to Mini Melts Ice Cream for being our sponsor. And we tried the Rainbow Ice flavor, which actually is a sorbet. It's non-dairy, fantastic, only 80 calories. So grab 2, 3, 4, 5 of those things.
Home run.
And Mini Melts Ice Cream is free of all soy, egg, peanut, nut, tree nut, and sesame as well. Get to your local Wawa. Taste for yourself. Look for the signature Mini Melts Ice Cream standalone freezer near the front of Wawa, making it easy to grab near the register. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a moment. Some bizarre file stories. I think it might be an all-cow bizarre file. I had an all-Florida bizarre
Only I
file.
had a joke that was appropriate.
I know. We'll come back with that in a moment. Stay with us.
Making mashed potato cakes and stuff like that, and it's good. But two potatoes, 2 people, 2 potatoes. I think you'll be okay.
Do you know what appeals to me about your approach to this? Because I do love. We do. There's a segment that we do every week. Connoisseur about cooking and all that stuff, and because so many people connect on it, everyone finds a level to connect to something. Food is always a topic of discussion, and so my wife and I, we rate things on what we call the reheat factor. How does it reheat? And I contend there are some foods that are better on the reheat than they are on the initial serving. Do you agree?
Of course, lasagna.
Yeah,
I think lasagna is great when it comes out of the oven. I just think something magical happens when you reheat it. Pizza is a sticking point for me. In that book, the Leftovers book, I showed how to make a pizza and then how to reheat it. I know there's a lot of people, they'll dump all over me for showing how to reheat pizza. I like cold pizza the next morning. I was like, after cold pizza, I can't stand it. So I say you do this. You take a nonstick pan, you put it on the heat, like medium-high heat. Then you take a slice of pizza, you put it on a plate, you put it in the microwave for about 45 seconds to a minute. It starts to get all bubbly on top. The second it's bubbling on top, take it out of the microwave, slide it right into that now hot nonstick pan. It should hit the pan and go get a little bit of that. And now the bottom is getting crispy. The top is all hot and melty. The bottom's getting crispy. It's pretty close to how it came out of the box. No, it won't come out of the box like that.
Right.
Pretty much how you'd get it if you were sitting at the counter of the restaurant.
Right.
And they slide it right in front of you.
I love it.
But no, some things, the microwave is good for certain things. The air fryer, on the other hand, is also very good at warming stuff back up.
Yeah, no, we use the air fryer all the time. A lot of this, and it's just fun. Again, Preston does the most cooking of anybody on the show, but just on a basic level, this is the spice of life, and to have a point of entry that you're obviously providing to your viewers, where you don't have to be the stereotype of the snobbish sort of foodie, and have this point of access, I think means a lot. That's why you're doing so as well as you are.
Yeah, you know what? That term foodie, are you a foodie? I'm a foodie. She's a foodie. I don't think she's a foodie. We don't want them to come over. That's just nonsense talk. What's a foodie? A person that likes to eat food. Right. Everybody likes to eat food, except my mother-in-law, who sees food as nourishment only. She doesn't really care how good it is. She's not a very good cook, but I do adore her. That being said, look, I could talk food all the time, all the time. When I do a live event, I'm in front of an audience. Whatever the reason I'm there for, at some point always degrades into, let's talk about what you guys want to talk about.
Yeah.
What are you having trouble making? And if I can help with that, don't ask me a baking question ever. Even though right now I have bagels proofing, we're going to finish off the bagels when we're done with this. We have a show coming up, how to make your own lox, how to make your own bagels, and how to make a smoked cream cheese, which we did on an episode for that buffalo chicken dip. You have a smoker? Anybody there?
No, but
I don't have a smoker.
my neighbor used to, and man, the stuff that would come pretty awesome.
So I'm telling you, who's ever listening right now, you take a block of Philly cream cheese. Of course, I wouldn't mention any other one. You put it in a little pan, cast iron pan, whatever. You make some little X's across the top. You sprinkle it with anything you want. In this case, we'll watch it on YouTube for the buffalo chicken dip. We sprinkle it with barbecue seasoning. Set your smoker at 225, leave it for 2 hours. It will not melt into a puddle. It definitely gets softer, but it holds its shape. At the end of 2 hours, you take it out, and it is life-changing. It is transformative. It is cream cheese like you've never had before. And it was so good that when we made it, I said, damn, imagine you could put like everything bagel seasoning on it. And then it went, hey, if you do that with everything bagel seasoning, then we should make our own bagels, and then we should make our own lox. So that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks.
That's cool.
But yeah, so the point is, I forgot the question. No. Oh, the point is, I like to talk food all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Sam, before we wrap, if people find themselves in the San Diego area, what are your restaurants that we should visit?
So they're all in Little Italy. They're all about 25 yards away from each other. Two are in the Little Italy Food Hall. One is called Samburgers, which you can guess probably what that is. And we love doing burgers on our channel. We have a great one coming up this week. The other one's called Not Tacos, and Not Tacos because they're not Mexican tacos. Not that I don't love Mexican tacos. I love Mexican food. I'm in Mexico. Yeah. Everything I've had here has been Mexican. But San Diego has so many great Mexican restaurants. I didn't need to be a guy to try and the Jewish Canadian boy did not need to bring more Mexican tacos. Right. So there's things like Korean short rib, mashed potato, pulled pork with macaroni and cheese, stuff like that. They're really good.
That. Yeah.
Most of them are in this book. Shameless plug.
All right.
And the other one is called Graze, Graze. And Graze like a cow would eat a little bit of this. So it's charcuterie boards and flatbreads and appetizers and salads and bar and that kind of stuff.
Well, you need
Little Italy Food Hall.
You need to chain those up because we'd like to. They sound pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. It's all good. So just know this: the book will be coming. Some copies to you guys when it comes out. It comes out in May.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And for restaurant info and food info and all this, you can go to thecookingguy.com or you go to the YouTube channel for all the stuff. And go find my Philly versions, cheesesteak versions, and all the stuff we've been talking about. It's all there. Everything's there.
Well, good on you, man. You're a hell of
You
a
guys are
success.
great.
Hell of a success story.
Yeah, thanks,
Sam.
man.
That's
Call
really
on
cool.
me anytime to answer food questions or
all right,
consider it done.
Judge a debate.
Yes,
I'm here.
and resume vacation. All right, man.
I'll go back.
Thank
Please
you.
bring the margaritas now.
All right, Sam, the cooking guy. Thanks, Sam. Take care, man. See you later. Oh my God, that's awesome, dude.
Very
I
conversive,
had
very cool.
No idea. Zero culinary experience at all, and just followed his passion. I guess he just liked doing it, and one thing led to another, and look at him. Huge success. That's really cool.
Yeah. God bless that. You have to stick. He stuck with it, you know, and again, you said finding the hook, finding the high concept. I'm not a chef. This is how I'm going to prepare it.
I don't know about you guys, but when he was talking about the smoker, my mouth started to water. The way that he was describing it, and then the buffalo chicken dip and whatever the hell else, I was like, yeah, I'm in. I
A
want to
lot
try.
of things made my mouth water that conversation. All right, so you can go to thecookingguy.com to get all information. Just do a search on Sam the Cooking Guy on YouTube and subscribe and check it out and get some good ideas. Well, if you guys didn't know, Kathy had the Rona. She got past it, but there are some lingering effects, and a lot of people have dealt with this lack of taste thing.
Would it be safe to say that it licked her ass?
I think it licked her ass. Now, if you don't know about that, she had texted someone that it kicked her ass and accidentally typed in licked her ass. And this wasn't a close personal friend either. It was more of a casual relationship. And
I love it.
Took it to another level. But so your sense of taste, at what point? Because listen, when you get a cold, when you get the flu, it's standard that happens, but it doesn't linger afterwards. So did this happen at the onset of symptoms, or did this happen later on?
No, so I was like a few days into having COVID, and I started. I had congestion too. So sometimes, like you said, like if you have congestion, you have a cold or whatever, like taste won't be there. So that's what I kept telling myself. I was like, no, I think it's that, because there was like a little bit still there. So I'm like, maybe it's just the congestion, like normal, and I'm not really losing my taste. No, and then flash forward, now we're a few weeks in, and my taste is, I would say my taste is like 0 to 10%. I don't know. Maybe today I'll see.
Yeah.
I thought maybe at one point it was coming back. I had yellow mustard. I told you guys this, but I don't know if it was like whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
You don't know if it was like the spices in the mustard,
right,
that,
exactly.
as opposed to its actual flavor.
Yeah.
It's like it's nothing you would be able to compare it to in life. I mean, it's such
So
a unique
weird.
thing to have happen.
Yeah.
And so for the most part, people have what they call the long Rona. Still, even they eventually get their taste back, but it can be a while.
God,
I've seen stories of people that have gone like a year without having taste. My grandmother, this was a long time ago, went years a loss of taste.
Is that right? What
and
caused
then
it?
It just came back.
Right.
I don't know. We never found out.
And now she's a food critic.
No, she's dead.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, she couldn't taste anything. And then it just came back around one day.
I mean, what's weird here, and not to like sound too alarming here, but there is something cerebral going on there, which is like a little bit scary, don't you think?
So I heard a doctor talk about it and why, and it all stems from the nose and like the blood vessels that are in the nose.
The nose.
And again, I just watched like a quick video, so hopefully that's accurate. But that's what he was saying, and like my sense of smell, I think I have a little bit of it. Like I would say maybe like 25%. Like if I stick my nose in something, I might be able to identify.
Well, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, so your olfactory senses inform your taste to some degree. I don't know what the percentage is.
Hey, if you were going to lick someone's ass, now is the time to do it.
No,
This is the time to do it.
We can give away mixed martial arts tickets.
Yeah. All right, so what we've decided to do, and actually it was Kathy's idea, we're going to do a taste test this morning of some various things and see if she can identify. Now, they have various consistencies to them, so that might be a clue into what you might be tasting. Right. But nonetheless, we want to see if you can identify. And some of these things are very strong flavors. We're not throwing anything.
All right.
You're not going to taste anything effed up.
Yeah, like toilet water.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
You wouldn't
It's
know
all
what that tastes like anyway.
It's all edible, and
or
you'll
like,
be fine.
Is there a
foot
chance?
shavings?
Yeah,
None
foot
of
shavings.
that.
No,
Is there a chance that this might, because of the wide variety to her palate, Is it possible this might kickstart your taste back up?
Possibly. Listen, I also read a lot about that. People trying to do that using like pepper. And there was another thing where if you like burn an orange peel. Yeah,
Carter told me about it yesterday. He's like, "Ooh, there's this thing," and I saw it, and I was like, "Really?" And he goes, He goes, "Hang on." He looks at me, and goes, "Oh, it's not real. Never mind."
It's not real.
Yeah,
Like people were trying it, but there's no scientific evidence that it works.
All right, hang on. Let me go to Steve real quick. Steve lost his taste. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Hey, how you guys doing?
All right, buddy. So, did you have Corona?
Yes, last year.
Okay, and how long has it been since you've been able to taste anything?
Over 400 days.
400 days.
Now, Steve, let me ask you a question because you're not necessarily eating for taste anymore. Have you lost?
I am anger eating.
Yeah,
anger eating.
All right, so have you lost any weight as a result, or nothing's changed?
You know what? Everybody says, "Oh, you must have lost so much weight." I lost some in the beginning. In the beginning, I lost a lot. But I have. I mean, as time goes on, I'm just anger eating. I'll buy Reese's cups and I'll be like, "Damn it, I'm going to taste these Reese's cups," and I don't.
Steve, do you feel? And you're like constantly searching for it, right? Like you constantly. You're like, okay, let me try this. Maybe there'll be a little bit there.
Yeah, and the only thing is, I have had twinges of, like, if somebody has like a lemon cookie or a lemon cupcake, I might get like the taste of lemon with the first bite, and then everything, it's gone. Like there's just nothing.
Steve, so this would not affect though your hunger, right? Hunger is.
Oh no, of course not.
Yeah,
of course not.
Yeah,
that's the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
You still have to eat. You just have no joy in any of it. I'm like I always say it's like Captain Barbossa in Pirates of the Caribbean. They just want to watch Keira Knightley eat because they have no joy.
Right. They can't experience. Well, look. I mean, statistically, it you should get a return, but there's no guarantee it's going to be anytime soon. But man, my heart goes out to you.
I've tried the other things. Like my wife has been getting me to try this smell therapy where you smell coffee grinds, you smell oranges, you smell.
But they say that takes like years to actually kick in and work because it's supposed to be like based on your memory.
Yeah, it's really weird. And then I eat things because I like pizza. I know what pizza tastes like,
right?
So I eat it. But like now I'm more concerned with like texture. So I'll eat things that like I always want nachos because nachos have crunch, they have sauce, they have But December 9th, 2020 was my my last day.
All right, Steve, were you vaccinated?
And boosted.
Okay.
But that was all after. I mean,
I know there's connections to any of this stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel for you. Hang in there. Hopefully it'll come back around.
Preston, what about you, man?
If I
What
lost
about
my
you?
sense of taste,
forget it.
I would be so upset.
It's so weird.
I find so much joy in eating.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess wouldn't you switch to a healthier eating habit if you don't
like I'm
care?
pretty healthy. You're pretty healthy too.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going crazy.
Right. But like,
so
why
I
eat
eat
ice
very
cream?
healthy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because of the texture.
The little treats.
Yeah, but it's the texture. Like Steve said, you're constantly searching for something. So like, you could sit there and eat healthy, but it's like you like. So for me,
traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
Bringing in a Friday morning for us. Real quick, I'd like to do a shout. Oh, and also I got a text that says, hey guys, happy Necrophilia Friday.
Yeah.
To Presbo, Steve, Nick, Casey Boy, Kathy, and can't forget my favorite food connoisseur, Marissa. So thank you, mystery texter. And then I wanted to do a shout out. Our good friend Bob Havens sent this
Bob
in.
Havens.
Says, hey Presbo, can you give a shout out to my little sister, Tina Havens, member of the Delco Cardboard Building Bitches, and tell her she better start cutting the cardboard. Got to defend our title. Bob and his crew won last year's Cardboard Classic. So Here's a shout out to his sister, Tina, and good luck in the upcoming Cardboard Classic. By the way, this week's big friggin' deal is lift ticket to Montage Mountain for $40. Regular price is $89.
If you have any desire to go skiing this season, you've got to take advantage of this.
Yes, and the voucher is valid Monday through Sunday, excluding holidays and blackout dates. Blackout days do include Cardboard Classic, which is March 1st, and Mountain Fest weekend, by the way. Just go to WMMR.com. The details are there. They're available while supplies last. Use the keyword deal. Let's do the B-File.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, and it's brought to you by Sports and Social. You can experience the ultimate football party at Sports and Social in Live Casino and Hotel Philly. Cheer on the Birds with ticket giveaways and signed merch, halftime contests, Bud Light Towers, free concessions, snacks, and face painting and more, by the way. All right, so this might be an all-cow bizarre file. I kid you not.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes the stories come in clumps, and I couldn't believe it, but these all happened over the last day or so. Now, Kathy hit this. Kathy hit this in news, but people who commute from New Jersey to New York in the morning are not easily startled, but a longhorn bull on the train tracks in Newark got their attention yesterday. The train was delayed for about 45 minutes while some brave souls had to coax the bull into an enclosure. The bull may have bolted from a nearby meat wholesaler, but his bid for freedom earned him a break. Ricardo, as he is named, was loaded onto a horse trailer and taken to an animal sanctuary for a long and happy life. So they spared him his life.
Dude, yes,
tranquilized
that's
him.
only right. He broke out. It's it's like Shawshank for cattle.
Yeah, there's a Longhorn farm in Elverson, PA. When you head on that, I don't know that stretch of road, but it leads to French Creek Golf Course.
Sure.
And there is a Longhorn farm.
Do you see them growing as you pass along?
Yeah, you see the look, a little
head sticking out of the
Dude, those things are big.
Oh, my God.
They're just massive
You
animals.
have no idea.
Yeah. All right, listen to this. A man is dead after a crash in Mojave County. Deputies spoke with a witness who said that they came upon the accident after it happened and observed a cow getting up and running off. So it was a hit and run.
Yeah.
Investigators said vehicle damage and collision dynamics indicate that a motorcyclist hit the cow, was thrown from the motorcycle. They added a helmet was found at the collision site, but did not appear to have been worn at the time of the collision.
The cow was wearing a helmet?
No, the man was not.
Oh.
He had a helmet with him, but he wasn't wearing it.
Okay.
The motorcyclist was pronounced dead at the scene and later identified as 64-year-old Ricky Eckhart. Officials said they are still investigating the
utter
crash.
catastrophe.
All right, how about this? A teacher was killed while out walking with her family when an escaped cow went into fight mode and tossed her over a gate.
I want to fight you.
Marion Claude was on an Easter break with her two grandchildren.
I want to fight you.
Husband, daughter, and son-in-law when a cow charged at her and attacked her 3 times.
You hear of this occasionally. They'll get, I mean, they're big, they'll
huge.
flip you around.
Yeah, she died days later in the hospital, having suffered a severe spinal cord injury in the fall. Farmer Alistair Nixon appeared in court to plead guilty to a health and safety breach. He admitted failing to ensure the safety of persons rather than other than employees by exposing them to risks to the safety from the movement of the cattle. He and the employees were moving a herd of about 140 from winter quarters to summer grazing using a public right-of-way from the 1,700-acre farm to a field.
A lot of time they'll train them for cow fighting rings, Preston.
Mr. Nixon was positioned by a quad bike at the head of the bridleway and used a stick to stop some of the cattle from moving down the path before he was ready. But a group of 7 or 8 cows and 5 or 6 calves got past, headed off along bridleway and over a brow of a hill, and was out of sight. And the woman and her family were staying nearby in some cottages on the farm. They were taking a walk. Other than the family members were coming in the opposite direction. They tried to get out of the way by jumping over a barbed wire fence, but Miss Claude was attacked by a cow, which turned 90 degrees towards her as she stood by a wooden gate. It charged her 2 or 3 times, then tossed her over the wooden gate, and it ended up killing her, by the way.
That's just horrible, man.
Yeah, Mr. Nixon arrived at the scene and assisted with first aid.
Because your natural inclination is, they're docile, they're fine, but
That's what you think,
you
yeah.
get them pissed off. You say something about their mother, and they're going to freak out.
Well, they're thousands of pounds, so
Yeah.
they can win.
Yeah.
In a fight,
And they
most
have
definitely.
huge teats.
All right, and this is actually my last cow story. An ashamed and embarrassed man was caught with his pants down and having his way with a cow by a suspicious farmer.
Wow.
Liam Brown, this is in England, by the way. Liam Brown snuck into the...
He's the baddest man in the whole damn town.
He snuck into the cow shed in the middle of the night to commit the disturbing act.
Time to make some milkshakes.
Dude, I could see him saying that.
Dear
stepping up and saying it. So he was detected by the farm surveillance equipment.
Don't mind if I do.
Farmer Ian Farwell caught him with his hands placed on either side of a calf and his pants down.
Wow.
That's him right there.
When he tried to flee, he landed in another cow pen and was trampled by several animals and then caught. So the
animals interceded.
They had a chance to kick his ass a little bit, but they got him at that point. And he tried to flee. A DNA sample was taken from the calf and proved that intercourse had taken place.
Ooh. I've been around, you know.
Brown
so cheap.
admitted the offense and felt shame and embarrassment. He was ordered to pay $1,200 compensation by a judge who called
the chicken coop was locked.
A very alarming, bizarre, and worrying case. The court heard how Mr. Farwell suspected that his cows were being interfered with for some time, as there had been a number of suspicious incidents before. They had found surgical gloves and items of clothing left behind, and several young calves had died in unexplained circumstances.
So think about where you are in life when the notion of banging a cow crosses.
And what are you
doing? I like cows. I like to bang them. What the hell is that? Time to make some milkshakes.
So they installed a security camera and
And what are you doing?
What's your name? I bet it's Bessie.
They put in a camera after all this happened?
No, when they found the gloves and the clothing.
Oh, Jesus.
So they installed cameras.
So there's footage of this guy.
And the equipment showed that there was someone in the barn. Yeah.
That's not even my good side.
Yes.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Revolting.
Time for some half and half.
All right, and that's what I have in the bizarre file for you right there, my friends. All right, so I told you, all cow bizarre file. First time ever.
Wow.
In the history of the show that's happened.
Cow bestiality to close it. Well, we had Incest Wednesdays.
Necrophilia Friday.
Yeah.
And now we have bestiality. Yeah, well, it's a Friday, too. Friday just,
all the S slides downhill.
It does on Friday.
What the hell are you doing?
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back in just a moment, but not before I give away an invite to the Christmas Miracle live broadcast.
It's a Christmas miracle! Yeah!
And this is next Wednesday. I tell you what, I'll give away two of them. We'll take callers 18 and 19 at 215-263-WMMR, and you will be cordially invited to the Colonial Theater in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. It's our first time doing the event there, and we are excited about it.
I'm so happy to be in Phoenixville for the holidays.
Yes, and it's a Miller Lite Ugly Sweater edition, and you need to be there by 6 a.m., so make sure that you can be there for the morning. And it's presented by Phoenixville First. And we would love to see you there. We're going to be having people compete for some great prizes live on air. We're trying out some new contests. Well, actually, we're bringing back some old contests. And we're going to do it, but we're going to do it in a different fashion. And if you don't win now, keep in mind that there is one more pre-party that's happening on Sunday. And Marissa is hosting it. It'll be at McGurk's in Fort Washington. She'll be there from 4 to 6, and she will have 20 seats to give away for the event.
Awesome. Your odds are pretty good.
Yeah, so make sure you go by McGurk's on Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Hang out with Marissa, your chance to win. 215-263-WMMR is the number, so give us a call right now. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in just a moment. A little bit later on, we're going to have actor Jason Isaacs on. Looking forward to talking to him. Stay put. We'll be right back.
Cheese, that texture.
Does that give you pleasure?
Yes.
Okay.
So
right now, that's because I can't taste it.
Like zero sugar ice cream. And
Yeah,
stuff like
can't you
that,
find
know?
something that is
will approximate it?
That
the
approximates the texture and that is not
putty
loaded
Yeah,
with.
Case, you could.
Yeah.
Those are great putty.
Amy said she did the orange chicken at work.
All right.
Oh, well, if this is the case, then we need to do this after the contest.
We'll try.
Get an orange.
I would love to go to these calls, but listen, I want to go through this and see if she can identify these things or not. So let's give this a try. We're going to be drinking things, by the way. We're not going to be eating.
Oh my God, she's lost her sense of balance.
She can't stand up. You okay?
Tripped over her own headphones.
I had to move, and I tripped over my headphones.
Okay.
Oh,
So we have all grabbed some things from our cabinets and refrigerators and brought them in. And, I have the sheet here. Don't look over here.
Yeah, don't look.
She's not wearing her glasses.
No, she's getting blindfolded. She's blind and no taste.
And, Marissa, are we putting the mask on her or no?
We're putting because
it covers up her nose.
Exactly.
So we have a
But
full.
I do want to try to smell it afterwards if I
mask.
can't taste it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll figure this out.
Legit. Should we be wearing goggles and lab coats?
So here's what we'll do. Marissa has put all these in numbered cups, little shot glasses, and Kathy's going to sip it, and we'll just have her guess. And I've got the list here, and then I'll reveal what it is, and we'll see if she gets anywhere near it.
Okay.
The password is.
Yeah.
So do you want me to put these goggles on?
Do you want to eliminate the smell as well fully?
I mean, listen, I can sip it. If you hand me, I can sip it without smelling it.
All right.
Because I want to see if my sense of smell is there or not afterwards.
All right, let's leave him off as long as it doesn't tip you off. So, Marissa, give her number one. We'll start with us. We can go in order. This is a good
Marissa, I don't know where you are.
order that we have, and she'll
Okay.
she'll put it in your hand. Okay,
Man, I can smell it.
Do you know where your mouth is?
Shut up. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah, take a sip.
Don't smell.
And see
I'm
what
not
you
going
think.
to smell.
You can shoot the whole thing.
Don't smell.
Probably don't drink the whole thing. You need to save some room. Okay, so you getting any sensation?
Something. It's like, yeah, it's not water.
Okay, not water.
It's I want to say like a I want to say sauce, but it's not that thick, so
Okay.
it's not a sauce. But that's what I'm getting. Like I would something like a pasta sauce or something.
Pasta sauce. So she's guessing pasta sauce.
Okay, and what is it, Preston?
It's a sauce.
Wait. Let me smell it. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, she just spilled it on her sweater. She just spilled it on the carpet.
Mackle farts.
You picked the wrong one to spill, too.
Yeah, you did. That's going to stain.
All right, get her sweater quickly. Kathy, take your top off quickly.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. You're legitimately handicapped.
I have to touch a boob.
Marissa, let me clean her.
By the way, go on YouTube now if you ever wanted to see Marissa feel like Kathy.
Oh, my God, dude. Now go a little slowly.
I almost have it out. There we go.
Oh, my God.
Preston, can you smell it on that side of the console?
No, not from where I'm sitting now.
Because I absolutely can, and the smell is very distinct.
Can I guess now?
Yeah, what is it?
Is it hot sauce?
No, it is not. Kathy, that is soy sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's way off. Not even clear.
And by the way, she took a sip. Like most people would go, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's soy sauce is very strong. It's very, very salty.
All right, wait.
And you could only handle a little bit of that straight, but she shot quite a bit of it. Yes.
All right, I can't see, so I don't want to spill it again. Marissa, where's my water?
A little bit.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God!
I need a sip of water.
Helen Keller had it
Okay.
together.
Let's go with number 2. Don't spill this one either.
You can do it.
There's the microphone is right in front of you, so don't hit it. All right.
Don't tip it or tilt it.
Take a sip of this and see what you think. All right. So, by the way, Kathy's lost her sense of taste. Let's say we're testing this out on her, and if you're just tuning in, that's what we're doing.
All right.
A little thicker, isn't it?
Thicker and sweet.
Okay.
Oh, so sweet you could determine.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I honestly don't know what it is. I know it's sweet, and by the texture, I'm going to say maybe like you put it. What the hell is it called? The chocolate that you put on ice cream. That, like a
Hershey's,
like a chocolate syrup.
Yeah, like a chocolate syrup.
She got it right. Kathy, lucky you. One of the things you can taste is chocolate syrup.
Honestly, if you're going to lose anything, and keep one thing, keep your ability to taste chocolate.
Did the texture help with that?
Yeah, I think. Well, that's why I think I was able to guess.
But you definitely picked up on sweet, and you know why you probably could, because you just had really, really salty before that.
Right before it.
Okay, let's go with number 3 and try this one out. A shot of this one. Yep.
Jinx.
All right. We'll sip of this one. Oh, wow.
I like this one.
Strong reaction from this.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Wow, so a big reaction.
Like it definitely triggered something.
Like prom night?
No, like some sort of taste buds in my mouth, but I have no idea.
Just describe, so sweet, savory, what is the reaction?
No, like vinegar maybe?
She's right. Yeah.
But here's the thing,
it doesn't taste like vinegar?
No, it's the guess is the way it made me feel.
You probably got a little tangy, sensation like you would on your tongue, like mouth watering a little bit from.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing: I'm smelling it, and I can't smell it either.
It was white wine vinegar.
But I could. Where's that? Is the hot sauce still? I mean, the FUD, the
chocolate sauce.
The FUD.
What about? I think she was going to say fudge.
Like
FUD.
So that I can smell. I can smell the hot sauce, but I can't smell that vinegar.
It's not hot sauce. It's chocolate sauce.
Sorry, chocolate sauce.
That's what you would put on a chocolate FUD sundae.
Let's do the next one. We got to move through these. All right. So number 4, Marissa, if you would please. So she's gotten 2 out of 3 so far.
That's not
But
bad.
it was kind of guessing. And not going, yeah, that is this.
You're right. It's a combination of cues that are helping her get to the answer.
All right, Kathy. This is another one.
All right.
This one's kind of thick too.
Pondering.
I don't want any more of it, whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Does it?
Yeah.
I think so.
You know.
Okay, I have no idea what it is.
Do you ever watch Dr. Pimple Popper? No.
Oh my God! Stop it, Steve! Don't do that to me. Can I smell it?
Yeah.
Try it that
Yeah.
way?
Okay. So you don't have a guess.
Oh, no,
But smelling it?
No smell.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. It's ranch dressing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Hidden Valley ranch dressing. The goat of ranch dressing.
Yeah.
And by the way, you guys know my sense of smell and taste. Like
incredibly acute.
Normally, I would have been. I could do this in 2 seconds. All of it.
You were able to discern between water.
Yeah.
Types of
Different
water.
water. Seriously.
All right, next sample. This is number 5. Go ahead whenever you're ready. And this one this is very identifiable.
Okay, there's a little sweetness to this again.
Okay.
Maybe like I want to say a juice.
A juice.
Like apple juice?
Like apple juice.
She got it right.
Yep. Well, you might.
And here's the thing: I'm smelling it too. I can smell the apple juice. I mean, is it safe to say that I can the sweet stuff?
You're
can
picking up
taste
on
a
sweet.
little.
You're
more rocking
so
sweet
than anything else. Yes. And you know what? A text came in that says sweet is the last taste to be lost, even with aging. Like that's the one that we hang on to the most.
Okay.
Don't know if there's any validity to that or not.
Well,
but
this has nothing to do with aging. This
That's why
is
old people
only-
love pudding.
Yeah. All right, here's the next one. This is mystery drink number 6.
Mystery drink number 6.
She's grimacing.
I know this one.
What is it?
I can taste it. Is it pickle juice?
You got it.
Wow. Kathy, so that is not sweet, unless it is sweet pickles.
No, I don't know.
And you don't like pickles, do you?
No, I love pickles.
All right,
Oh,
so
so-
good for you.
so-
see, we're finding things that you'll be able to eat
Yeah,
and
yeah.
taste. That's
Kathy,
great.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
chocolate
yeah.
and pickles.
We're curing her. You're pregnant. No, we're Preston, you're legitimately curing her.
We're getting somewhere.
We should
Listen,
set up an institute.
if you've had the taste issue, you should do this type of thing at home as well. You might find 1 or 2 things that stands out.
By the way, Kathy, though you can't see it, I'm wearing protective goggles.
Hey,
I had to take mine off.
you know what? And also the caller that we had earlier, though, Kathy had said that he could taste lemon for a moment.
Yes.
And then as he continued to eat, it would go away. So this is something you'll have to test with.
Why don't you forget the moose?
Oh, for a moment.
For a moment.
I got it.
Yeah, that
with
happened.
pickles.
That happened to my mom. She lost her taste for a really long time, and the same thing. She said it came back. She would eat, and she'd get it at the beginning of the meal, and then by like mid-meal, she couldn't taste anything.
Here's
so eat quickly.
Here's the next one for you. Let's try this. This is number 7. We have 15 of these, by the way.
All right. Clue.
Looks like she doesn't really like the way it tastes. Or are you just
I'm not like a
perplexed by
huge fan. I think it might be on the sweeter side, but it's not as sweet as that chocolate sauce.
it? Okay.
Like a pudding?
Pudding. No, it is not a pudding.
Let me smell it. Hold on.
Okay.
What kind of pudding are you drinking?
Puddings.
I smell something, but I can't. I would say pudding again.
No, it is maple syrup.
Which would be something very sweet.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Not like pudding.
No.
Is it Miss or Mrs.? She married?
I think it's
Butterworth.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
She's
spoken for.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Mr. Butterworth is an accountant.
Here's the next one. This is number 8. We're at the pretty much the halfway point now. Let's see if you can identify this. No reaction facially. I thought for sure I would see a facial reaction from this one.
Well, I mean, you should.
I'm going in again.
All right, this
drink
is
all of it.
It's a popular paint remover.
She shouldn't be able to say, I'm going to go again on this. No, I don't think so. Wow.
What do you think?
Wow.
I like it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Can we look?
So we don't know. Preston has the answers.
All right, she doesn't know, so you can take a sniff and now guess after smelling it. What is it?
Is it lemon?
It is lemon juice. It's straight up lemon juice. Normally, if one is drinking straight squeezed lemon juice, you'd be puckering up and going,
Kathy didn't do any of that.
Not even a win.
So that Preston.
So she got that wrong. She could smell it, but she couldn't taste it.
That raises the question. That reflex.
Yes.
What causes that reflex?
It's a good question.
Well, let me ask. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to try something. We're going to do a scientific experiment here. I'm going to drink this lemon juice.
All right, thanks, Kath. So, actually, you know what? David Lucas, who was going to be at Helium Comedy Club, is not coming in. He woke up late.
Oh, no.
So we're going to do something else. He was scheduled to be here now. But, so I wasn't planning on doing the junk drawer, but I think we should do the junk drawer.
It's the junk drawer. Preston's cleaning out his junk drawer. Getting things out of his junk drawer. Finding stuff here in the junk drawer.
All right, let's dig in and see what we can find. Okay, Netflix. Even Jenna Ortega couldn't take down The Night Agent. The conspiracy thriller topped Wednesday as the most popular show at Netflix.
The Night Agent.
This is according to data released by the streamer in its first ever What We Watched engagement report.
Did you watch any of that, Steve?
I watched some of it.
I can't remember if I finished it or not. I know that I definitely started it and watched it. It's a guy he's in the CIA, and his job is he answers the phone at night.
Right, I didn't watch it.
And then he becomes embroiled in this whole thing where he's on the run. Kathy, did you like how it ended up?
So I didn't finish it. I felt like it got to be a lot of the same thing. And I was like, okay.
So it tops Wednesday. The report released this week in the form of a downloadable Microsoft Excel file, which features more than 18,000 titles that Netflix says represents 99% of all viewing on its platform and boasts nearly 240 million subscribers. The streamer says that it will begin releasing this information, What We Watched, twice a year, with the inaugural edition covering viewing between January and June of 2023. So that's between that. Now, there may have been stuff that's come out since June.
Right.
But this
is more popular.
Been compiled from January to June. So number 1, and for the first half of 2023, was The Night Agent. Number 2 was Ginny in Georgia.
That's the one that I'm watching.
And you like that a lot?
I do like that one, yeah.
There's a couple of seasons of that already?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then you have The Glory.
Hole?
Yeah.
No.
I've never even heard of The Glory.
The Glory. It was third. And
the hell am I missing?
It was viewed by 622 million. It was at the hours viewed. 622 million hours of it reviewed.
It's a Korean movie.
Okay.
Okay. Then Wednesday was fourth. Then we had Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story.
There you go. You watched that, Kathy.
Yep, that one was good. I liked it.
Was fifth. Sixth was You.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
What was that about?
That's he's a serial killer.
There's several seasons of that, right?
Yeah, works at a bookstore or something like that.
Well,
or
yeah.
owns a bookstore.
Yeah, at the beginning, and somehow it's wrapped around bookstores throughout it. And, he has a new girlfriend or wife or obsession each season.
Okay. And then you had La Reina del Sur was seventh, followed by Outer Banks, number 8.
Oh, yeah. Big popular show.
That was I felt like I was watching the real life Scooby-Doo, and I was like, I can't watch this anymore.
Honest to God, if you're a grown-up, you don't need to watch it. It's so formulaic. I'm telling you, I watched the last episode of season 2, and I didn't have to watch any of the other episodes to figure out what was going
It's like
on.
Kathy. She watched the last episode of The Bear.
It's funny, though, Casey, because I don't know if it's the same in your household, but Ben's 17, and he and his friends love it.
Yep.
They watch it all the time.
Yeah, that's how I ended up watching it. One of my children was watching it. But again, and that's kind of why I didn't finish The Night Agent, Kath, because there's a one lady in it it's that kid's ally, the guy's ally, or is she?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't want to get to the final episode to find out that she's been the henchman the whole time.
But
you know?
and it kept doing that. Like I was just like, okay, enough.
Yeah. Number 9 on this was Ginny and Georgia season 1.
Oh, wait, so
Yeah,
they got
season 2 was the one that ranked really, really high. So they got 2
wow
of their seasons in the top 10.
It wrapped me in. What's the saying? Whatever.
Drew me in?
Yes, it drew me in. And I wanted to watch the next season. So
What's it about?
It is about a mother and a daughter and their relationship, and there's secretive things that go on, and there's a little crime, and it's like it's kind of like a little soap opera.
Okay.
Is there a lot of street racing?
And then number 10 on this list was Fubar.
Fubar, which is
I didn't finish that
Feimster.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either. I watched like 3 episodes. I'm like, no.
We were talking with her, though, yesterday about it, and she was blown away by the fact that they put her in an action series.
Yeah.
And because of it now, she has Fortune Feimster has a friendship with Schwarzenegger, which is wild.
You know what I didn't like about it was the daughter thing. Like she was on the surface playing this really provincial thing, and then all of a sudden we find out she's an agent. No big secret. You find out like in the first episode.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she's this hardened, foul-mouthed, horrible. Come on, man. It was too much of a dichotomy. So I bailed on that one. But I didn't watch any of these other ones. Maybe I'll check out that the You show. Is it pretty good?
I really liked it.
Okay.
Some people, once you got to the seasons after, like, it is the same thing, but he's a serial killer, and so there's a whole new way to it. I really liked it.
How many seasons?
I think it's 3.
Okay, a lot of times.
And they set it up each time, so there's something else coming. There's 4 seasons.
4
okay,
seasons.
at the end of every season, they set it up, and you're like, and now at this point, I'm like, oh, who's the next victim?
Right.
What's next on your list, Preston?
Oh man, I will actually pull up my list. I have it here on my phone because right now I'm watching Julia. I was a big Julia Child fan.
Can you send me your list? I just want to be lock and step with you.
Because I love you so much. I just want to be you. I want to smell you. I just want to know you.
Oh, wow. Crazy obsession.
I need to go back and finish Silo.
I want to kiss you.
I want to watch Shrinking, which I have not done yet.
So good.
I love that show.
I already watched that.
I need to watch the last season of Righteous Gemstones.
Yes, you do.
And I wrote down Jury Duty. I never saw that.
The reality
Watch
show.
it.
Yeah.
Is it great?
Sorry, I was not
Okay.
thinking the reality show. Casey, what the judge? What's the one that was like so depressing you could only watch one episode at a time?
Oh, the Bryan Cranston
With Bryan
one.
Cranston.
Oh yeah, Your Honor.
Your Honor. That
Yeah.
was.
No, Jury Duty. It's up for a bunch of Golden Globes.
Right.
I'll tell you what's on my list beginning today. Reacher, season 2.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Phenomenal.
Just a couple more real quick. Nick, you mentioned Beacon 23.
I did?
Well, somebody did.
Hey, Beacon 23, everybody.
All right.
I think it was me.
I have that on my list. Okay. And then All the Light We Cannot See.
Yeah,
that's one you suggested.
That's one I suggested. That's Sean Levy, I think his name is. He's the guy that directed the Deadpool movies. Mark Ruffalo's in it. The guy that played House. What's that guy's name?
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, yeah. And it's about this blind girl in World War II. And you guys are all, as am I, fans of like the World War II genre. And so this town's getting pummeled by American and Allied bombing. And the Nazis are still in control of the town. And what happens to this blind girl during it? It's I've never seen quite anything like. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's about
Think of Funny Schindler's List.
right. It's about all of the things that she can't do because she's blind.
Okay.
That are funny.
But she's blind.
But
And Marissa mentioned a movie called Becky's Wrath that I want to check out. So that's my list.
There you go.
Anything else on your list?
Reacher. All about the Reacher.
Okay.
The Reach Around.
Steve, I'm watching this show. I just started it yesterday. It's brand new on Netflix. It's out of Japan. Couldn't tell you the name of it.
Right.
But it is brand new, and it's about this guy. I guess he has it's based on a book series, and this guy, he ends up dying, but then the people in the afterlife let him come back to life to protect the world against the demon world.
Okay, yes, I saw the coming attractions for it. So
I'm watching it in subtitles. I have never done that before.
Good boy.
Yes.
I will tell you this. There are about 3 shows I'm waiting for them to come back, and I've heard not word one about whether they've been canceled or like a show I love called Evil.
Yeah.
Was supposed to be back in the summer. I can't find word one about whether this show has been canceled or what the hell is happening, and I got to find out.
Marissa handed me a note that says Good Burger 2. Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to watch the
Seriously,
first one
World
first.
All right.
Do you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I never saw Good Burger.
If you love the movie Good Burger, which I did, you will love Good Burger too.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Also, I said this the other day, but season 6 of The Crown, the first half of season 6 is so damn good.
Put that on my list. I got to finish that. Yeah, I got to finish it.
Well, you're going to have some time off during the holidays.
Totally.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
Steve, where did you leave off with The Crown? Because I know you were 3 or 4 seasons in.
There's a couple. Yeah. That's about it. And so, but per your recommendation, I'll take a dive back in.
I really think you'd like it.
I mean, I loved the original couple of seasons because I was aware, but I wasn't living in that. Well, not for a lot of that time frame, and it was just fascinating to see the royals in that early part of their lives.
Right.
But I remember the news.
All right, so that's they're going to do that every 6 months. Netflix is going to release what people are actually watching because their top 10 list is different from what people are actually the most people are watching. They use some forecasting and
algorithm
and buzz and stuff like that as to what they put. It's somebody's job to put that list up on there, so they kind of pick and choose those. But there's another thing in the junk drawer here, and it's a year-end compilation. Let me see if I can find it. I have to reach into the drawer.
Right next to the vibrator.
There it is. Well, it's a perfect spot for it because Pornhub.
Yes, they always release their end-of-the-year metrics, right?
Yes, they've released their user search data, and the results are spicy.
Spicy.
The search increase for the mature category has gotten huge.
What's that, old ladies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I kid you not, it grew by what percentage?
69%.
69%. It's legit.
You know what really sucks though, Kat? Is what MILF used to be is for me now. They're younger women, and what mature is are people my age. I mean, listen, you are getting like 60s and 70s or whatever, but like when you click on something MILF, I'm like, this chick's only 28 years old.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hi, Grandma.
So mature is more like people.
Hi, Grandma.
50s, 60s, stuff like that, which is bizarre because that's weird. Some of us are there. And it grew very, very big, 69%. Now, speaking of big, searches for big and bigger grew by 177%.
So big and bigger.
Yeah. In the world of porn.
Yeah, big is important.
Overweight. I mean, larger.
I thought we were talking
very
about.
popular.
No, we're talking about Zoptic, Luminescent.
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it's all included. Maybe Big Johnsons.
Yeah, Big Johnsons, Big Knockers, Big People.
All big.
Yeah. Or maybe even just the Tom Hanks film Big.
That too.
Yeah, maybe there's a porn element of that.
For all we know. It could be that.
I did a podcast.
Dude, I'm sorry to interrupt. But Zoltan did have that mouth.
He did,
open and close.
absolutely.
Oh.
You could fit your Johnson in that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nick.
No. I did a podcast about mental health and sex chat with our friend Jerry Lynn 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was the only dude on this podcast, and it was all about healthy approaches to sex life, and to hear the younger women talk about porn and sex and healthy attitude towards sex was very revealing to me.
Okay. Where can we hear that?
It's not available yet, but I'll send it to you guys once it's up.
All right. And the term robot tripled in popularity.
Robot porn.
Wow. Perhaps due to the advances in artificial intelligence, according to this article. The site also released a map of the United States showing which terms were popular in each state.
Well, this is always interesting.
And I wrote these down for our area, but to give you an idea, Arizona.
Can I guess for us?
After I do this, Arizona is looking up car activity. South Dakota wants to see shower scenes. Washington, D.C. has a preference for police officers.
Wow.
South Carolina residents want to see actors in high heels, apparently. So, yes, you can guess for our states.
High grocery prices?
Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. No.
No? Not for any of them?
Not for any of them.
Weird.
For Pennsylvania, big boobies.
I love boobies.
That is correct. Big boobies. New Jersey's most search was Turkish porn.
Turkish porn.
Is there a large Turkish population in New Jersey?
I assume.
Well, there's a lot of wild turkeys, and maybe that has something to do with it.
Don't know, but Turkish porn. They said this is according to Pornhub.
Is it Turkish bathhouses by any chance?
So it just says Turkish porn.
It just says
of the Turkish variety.
Yeah, Turkish porn. And then in Delaware, the term college was most searched.
College.
New Jersey
I'm surprised
has
you're
that.
not seeing the go-tos like cuck and all that stuff pop up.
Yeah, people are getting older. New Jersey has the highest number of Turkish residents by any state.
There you go.
Wow. 25,336 individuals identifying as Turkish. This represents 0.27% of the state's population, but that's more so than any state in the country.
So I wonder with a psychological breakdown why PA is the big booby capital.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was looking at the map, and it appeared from glancing at it that almost every single state had a different search fetish,
which is almost
for Pornhub.
Impossible.
I would have thought some of the states would have had something in common.
Which one is
like
the
big
most
boobies.
depraved?
Oh, I didn't.
Vegas.
I'd have to. I don't have. I don't actually have the map printed up here. I'd have to
Probably
go back
Utah.
to the article and find it. Yeah, probably.
Maybe because of the sort of repressed.
Yeah. Utah apparently has some
Mountain Dew porn.
Coffee porn.
There's always porn for everything, but there's coffee porn.
Oh, God, there's got to be.
All right, I'll look that up.
Dude, there is definitely Mormon porn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously, they where they have the guys going door to door, or they're wearing the special, because Mormons wear some do this specific undergarments.
Look at this.
Has them wearing that.
The specificity of California.
Asian stepmom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I can't see.
There's Dildo Ride is Idaho.
In Nevada, it's Vegas.
Yes.
Vegas is the most
right. There you
searched.
Go.
You're kidding me.
And Mormon porn was
in Utah.
Utah, yeah.
No. You're right. Son of a bitch. Wyoming is goth.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
What?
Arkansas. Look at Arkansas. A to M.
Wow.
The ATM.
Really?
But honestly, look at there is not one. There is
common.
There's nothing in common.
Yeah.
I don't buy this. I don't. I cannot buy that there is no sort of.
Way to go, Arkansas.
Yeah. Huh.
A to M.
A to M.
It's ass to mouth for those who don't know. Interesting.
I want to move to Maine because Thruple's popular up there.
Yeah.
I actually want to move to Washington because that is sensual.
No,
And
I want to
gotta-
move to Ohio because those are my people.
Oh, dear God.
Small D.
D's.
It's not too far, Steve.
Well, anyhow, see where you fall. You can check this out if you like. Pornhub has revealed their user search
Do they have a Christmas advent calendar of this?
data. They should.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
Look at Georgia. Ebony Solo.
Oh,
wow.
Or Iowa, which is cartoon porn.
Yeah, that never does it for me.
No.
I don't quite get that. And you can watch like any cartoon that's ever existed.
New
and there's
York is body
a
swap.
porn version of it.
What does body swap mean?
I'm having trouble with
Maryland
that.
is a glory hole, like smoking. Like, come on.
I can't even say Oklahoma's. That's funny.
Where?
Look right above Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? What is that?
It's sex D.
What does that mean?
But I mean, D would be part. I mean, of course, that's sort of obvious.
These are what people searched. apparently.
Kansas is just simply close up.
Nick
Close up
searches.
porn.
See what he
Look at
finds.
Alex.
Yeah, well,
Alabama.
by the way, to our listeners, when you get home from work today, do a Google search on coffee porn, and you'll find some interesting catalogs.
Alabama is fingering one.
Yeah. One's. So listen to this. Tennessee. Giantese. Tesse.
I think that's giantess. Like a
Giantess.
large.
There should be no E at the end of that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Large women.
Yeah.
A giantess.
I would assume.
But different
Kentucky is
from
bouncing boobs.
different from Indiana, Preston, which is just flat out chubby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a giantess, I'm guessing, is like a
Amazon?
tall woman. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Smoking in Virginia cracks me up.
I
But
mean,
then again,
dude.
they have a history of the
Have you ever
tobacco
seen that?
harvest.
There's some things where I'm like, all right, I'm just going to click to the next video. And then the second I see a lit cigarette, I'm like, nah, thanks.
Yeah.
I like this District of Columbia. Big ass cop. All right.
Oh, look at this. Rhode Island is reserved orthodontist. No.
All right, we're going to move on to something else. That's the Pornhub results. Let me dig in the drawer of John. All right, so for the millions of Americans desperate to lose weight, semi-glutide drugs like Ozempic have been, of course, a dream come true.
Right.
Oprah's even admitted to using it. But for poison control centers, popularity of them has been a nightmare. From January through November of this year, America's poison centers reported almost 3,000 calls involving semaglutide an increase of more than 1,500%. These are overdoses.
Right, they're overdosing on Ozempic.
Wow. 1,500% since 2019. Yeah, and most of the calls were related to dosage errors. Oftentimes, it's a person who maybe accidentally took a double dose or took the wrong dose. So they're calling to make sure that they're okay for doing that. So,
quick question here. So, when one gets on Ozempic for the purpose of weight management, do they? Is it a one shot a week?
It's once a week.
Once a week, and then if you're on maintenance, what does it become?
It's still once a week.
Still once a week.
It's the dosage amount.
It is the dosage amount.
Yeah,
okay.
so you work your way up. I think you started a very small dosage, and then you get all the way up to, I think it might be like 2 milligrams.
Right.
And then I think once you get into maintenance, then you go down the dosage again, like maybe to 0.25 or 0.5 or something like that.
The drug can cause side effects even when used as directed, and the side effects may include nausea, vomiting, constipation, especially when people first start using it. But as the popularity rose, manufacturers were unable to keep pace with overwhelming demand. So in March of 2022, the FDA allowed the drug to be made by compounding pharmacies. Now, I didn't understand what that means.
So I'm very familiar because years ago, I kind of had a drug that my cat could not take in its pill form put into a transdermal ointment, and I went to a compound pharmacist.
Okay, so compounding pharmacies are drug makers that combine, mix, or alter ingredients to create medication that's tailored to an individual patient and may be administered in a different form than the original drug. Novo Nordisk, the pharmaceutical company that makes Ozempic, dispenses the drug in pre-filled pens that come with safeguards designed to make it easy to administer the injectable drug in the correct dose. But compounded versions of semaglutide drugs often come in glass vials that contain multiple doses, and patients draw their own doses into syringes. This makes it easy for patients to get confused and take a much larger dose than they should have.
And this is happening because now I think a lot of doctors aren't able to prescribe Ozempic for anybody that is not suffering already from diabetes. So if you were like let's say your A1C was a little high, or you were pre-diabetic, you were able to get on that. You were able to get on it to lose weight. And
Interesting.
now, because it has become so popular.
Yeah.
And
Well, there's a whole, we talked about yesterday, there's a whole other drug that they're prescribing just for the weight loss portion of it. The
Right.
Wegovy.
The Wegovy, Mounjaro, all that, but all that stuff is the insurance companies aren't covering it, and so now it is becoming it's cost prohibitive, right? So like before you could get like 3 months worth of dosages for $75. Now that's $3,000.
Wow.
So now these compound labs are coming up, and you're able to get these, through licensed doctors and everything like that. So there's nothing hinky about it.
Okay.
But it's kind of a way to beat the system, I guess.
One such overdose case involved a 50-year-old man who accidentally gave himself 50 units instead of 5.
Oh, my God.
As his first dose. He vomited for 2 days and had nausea for a week.
And took off 80 pounds.
I bet you he lost a lot of weight.
I look great.
There's no specific treatment for an overdose of semaglutide.
Eat cakes.
Emergency departments and hospitals support patients with intravenous fluids and anti-nausea drugs as the drug works its way out of their body.
Nurse, give me an IV filled with frosting.
So people are ODing on this from time to time, and until they figure it out.
Yeah,
So,
that's one of the. You knew that was going to happen.
All right, got time for probably one more here. Yeah. 34. Oh, here, I found it. 34% of Americans say going home for the holidays is not a true vacation. And 71% need a vacation after the holidays to unwind.
So I was having this very conversation last night with Andrea and talking about our parents. And we love our parents dearly, but I think we're going to just hunker down this holiday season and not do a lot of visits and hopefully enjoy the holiday season a little bit more.
Even when it's not the holidays, and I love my family.
Yeah.
But when I go to visit, it's not
vacation.
A relaxing vacation experience.
Is it the bear?
It's the bear.
Is it Jamie Lee Curtis in the kitchen?
No, it's not that bad. But there are There are family issues to handle.
Yeah.
Mine usually comes with a little bit of drama involved too, and I it's not something that I'm like, oh wow, I can't wait till blah blah blah. So
let me ask you, because your kids are getting a little bit older. Preston, yours are the oldest. Because I think about this sometimes. We're talking about this, and sometimes it's not enjoyable. Do you ever think about like your kids and what they think? Like I don't ever want them, him to come home and not want to.
I know.
Or that it's stressful or whatever.
I have thought about it, and that's why. So, like, Carter's the only one that's away right now, and he's just in Westchester. But still, I don't see him for weeks on end now. But when he comes home, I try to just
back off.
Poor child.
Whatever you
Seriously.
And just, not be too intrusive.
I no longer love you.
No, but I'm also like, you want to play a game or something?
Do you want to sit down next to me?
Oh, yeah. I came back to play games.
Yeah. It kind of like sometimes when you pay attention to the dog just a little bit, he's like, yeah, let's go. And you don't want to be that. You don't want to be like,
I know.
If he gives you a little bit of attention, like, all right, let's play something.
But I think it's a different environment than my family that I grew up with. So,
Casey, is this your daughter's last Christmas at home before she leaves for college?
Watch your mouth. It is. It is.
You,
and it's
is
looking
that make it special? Or are you going to act distant?
No. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
I'm sorry to make you think about it. That wasn't my intent.
It's so, and the thing that stinks is that it's really, really looking more and more like she's going to go away to college, right? That she's not going to be anywhere within a 3-hour drive at least. Perhaps even a plane ride.
Oh boy! Wow. Okay.
So yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah.
You hadn't thought about it until now. Huh?
And then not only that, but like for what she wants to pursue, like even like after she graduates college, like it doesn't look like she's coming back to this area.
Wow.
So that's like pretty upsetting.
Sorry.
Even at this point, is she forgetting your name?
She called me Mom the other day.
Mom? What? Don't you even know? I mean, what?
You know what's funny is my mom lives with us, but like my wife goes by Mom at the house, and my mom goes by Grandmom. And I called my mom the other day to my kids, and they were like, "No, that's not Mom." And I was like, "I'm sorry, my mom.
Why
not
don't
your mom?
You should call your mom Cellar Dweller."
Yeah,
right.
We have 2 moms. We have 2 Caseys. It's just confusing.
It is confusing. For me, well, my dad is in Texas, and my mom passed away decades ago. So the family getting together is more on my wife's side, and I made the decision a while ago to throw the big family party so we can stay home.
Yeah, and you do it after the holidays, right?
After the holidays.
Which I think is brilliant.
It honestly is a massive
I forget when.
thumbs up from everybody.
It's January?
It's the week after New Year's.
Oh, that's so smart. And so are there ever any people who say no because the time of year or whatever?
No, it's always a home run. Because this way also that gives people extra, if they give shopping time, that gives them time to just be at home and not have to travel in the hell
I love that.
scenario. And it works. So I leave my lights up and everything, and it's all good.
One last stat. Although 57% of travelers stay with family and friends for the holidays, 43% said staying at home makes them feel like kids again. But 34% enjoy the space staying in a hotel because it gives them a little more room, a little more space, a little more breathing.
Well, if you were raised in a hotel, it would feel like home again.
It would feel like home again, wouldn't it? All right. Well, anyhow, something to consider as we're heading into full holiday season. Everybody getting back together.
Listen. Start a big family fight now. Get ready.
Yeah, get it out.
You don't have to worry.
All right, let's wrap it up.
That was a junk drawer. Preston's closing up his junk drawer. There's nothing left here in the junk drawer. Until next time, that was the junk drawer.
All righty, let's take a break and come back in a moment and talk to the amazing actor, Mr. Jason Isaacs, when we return. You know him from Harry Potter and loads of other things.
Yes.
But he's got a new limited series coming up to promote. So back in a moment. Stay with us. You guys didn't know Kathy had the Rona. She got past it, but there are some lingering effects.
Yes.
And a lot of people have dealt with this lack of taste thing.
Would it be safe to say that it licked her ass?
I think it licked her ass. Now, if you don't know about that, she had texted someone that it kicked her ass and accidentally typed in licked her ass. Yes, and this wasn't a close personal friend either. It was more of a casual relationship. And
I love it.
Took it to another level. But so your sense of taste, at what point? Because listen, when you get a cold, when you get the flu, it's standard that happens, but it doesn't linger afterwards. So did this happen at the onset of symptoms, or did this happen later on?
No, so I was like a few days into having COVID, and I started. I had congestion too. So sometimes, like you said, like if you have congestion, you have a cold or whatever, like taste won't be there. So that's what I kept telling myself. I was like, no, I think it's that, because there was like a little bit still there. So I'm like, maybe it's just the congestion, like normal, and I'm not really losing my taste. No, and then flash forward, now we're a few weeks in, and my taste is, I would say my taste is like 0 to 10%. I don't know. Maybe today I'll see.
Yeah.
I thought maybe at one point it was coming back. I had yellow mustard. I told you guys this, but I don't know if it was like whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
You don't know if it was like the spices in the mustard,
right, exactly.
as opposed to its actual flavor.
Yeah.
It's like it's nothing you would be able to compare it to in life. I mean, it's such a unique thing to have happen.
Yeah.
And so for the most part, people have what they call the long Rona. Still, even they eventually get their taste back, but it can be a while.
God,
I've seen stories of people that have gone like a year without having taste. My grandmother, this was a long time ago, went years a loss of taste.
Is that right? What caused it?
It just came back.
Right.
I don't know. We never found out.
And now she's a food critic.
No, she's dead.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, she couldn't taste anything. And then it just came back around one day.
What's weird here, and not to like sound too alarming here, but there is something cerebral going on there, which is like a little bit scary, don't you think?
So I heard a doctor talk about it and why, and it all stems from the nose and like the blood vessels that are in the nose.
The nose.
And again, I just watched like a quick video, so hopefully that's accurate. But that's what he was saying, and like my sense of smell, I think I have a little bit of it. Like I would say maybe like 25%. Like if I stick my nose in something, I might be able to identify.
Well, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, so your olfactory senses inform your taste to some degree. I don't know what the percentage is.
Hey, if you were going to lick someone's ass, now is the time to do it.
No,
It's the time to do it.
We can give away mixed martial arts tickets.
Yeah. All right, so what we've decided to do, and actually it was Kathy's idea, we're going to do a taste test this morning of some various things and see if she can identify. Now, they have various consistencies to them, so that might be a clue into what you might be tasting. Right. But nonetheless, we want to see if you can identify. And some of these things are very strong flavors. We're not throwing anything.
All right.
You're not going to taste anything effed up.
Yeah, like toilet water.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
You wouldn't
It's
know what
all
that
legit.
tastes like anyway.
It's all edible, and
or
you'll
like,
be fine.
Is there a
foot
chance?
shavings?
Yeah,
None
foot
of
shavings.
that.
Is there a chance that this might, because of the wide variety to her palate, is it possible this might kickstart your taste back up?
Ooh.
Possibly.
Listen, I also read a lot about that. People trying to do that using like pepper, and there was another thing where if you like burn an
orange
peel. Yeah,
Carter told me about it yesterday. He's like, "Ooh, there's this thing," and I saw it, and I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "He goes, hang on." He looks at me, and he goes, "Oh, it's not real."
It's not real. Like people were trying it, but there's no scientific evidence that it works.
All right, hang on. Let me go to Steve real quick. Steve lost his taste. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Hey, how you guys doing?
All right, buddy. So, did you have Corona?
Yes, last year.
Okay, and how long has it been since you've been able to taste anything?
Over 400 days.
400 days.
Now, Steve, let me ask you a question, because you're not necessarily eating for taste anymore. Have you lost?
I am anger eating.
Anger eating.
All right. So, have you lost any weight as a result, or nothing's changed?
You know what? Everybody says, "Oh, you must have lost so much weight." I lost some in the beginning. In the beginning, I lost a lot. But I have, as time goes on, I'm just anger eating. I'll buy Reese's Cups and I'll be like, damn it, I'm going to taste these Reese's Cups. And I don't.
Steve, do you feel, and you're like constantly searching for it, right? Like you constantly, you're like, okay, let me try this. Maybe there'll be a little bit there.
Yeah. And the only thing is I have had twinges of, like if somebody has like a lemon cookie or a lemon cupcake, I might get like the taste of lemon with the first bite, and then everything, and it's gone. Like there's just nothing.
Steve, so this would not affect though your hunger, right? Hunger is.
Oh no, of course not.
Yeah,
of course not.
Yeah,
that's the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
You still have to eat. You just have no joy in any of it. I'm like, I always say it's like Captain Barbossa in Pirates of the Caribbean. They just want to watch Keira Knightley eat because they have no joy.
Right. They can't experience. Well, but look. I mean, statistically, it you should get a return, but and there's no guarantee it's going to be anytime soon. But man, my heart goes out to you.
I've tried the other things. Like my wife has been getting me to try this smell therapy where you smell coffee grinds, you smell oranges, you smell.
But they say that takes like years to actually kick in and work because it's supposed to be like based on your memory.
Yeah, it's really weird. And then I eat things because I like pizza. I know what pizza tastes like,
right?
So I eat it. But now I'm more concerned with like texture. So I'll eat things that like I always want nachos because nachos have crunch, they have sauce, they have But December 9th, 2020 was my my last day.
All right, Steve, were you vaccinated?
Yeah, and boosted.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was all after. I mean,
I know there's connections to any of this stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel for you. Hang in there. Hopefully it'll come back around.
Preston, what about you, man?
If I
What
lost
about
my
you?
sense of taste,
forget it.
I would be so upset.
It's so weird.
I find so much joy in eating.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess wouldn't you switch to a healthier eating habit?
Well,
if you
I'm pretty healthy. You're pretty healthy too.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going crazy.
Right.
But, like,
so
why
I
eat
eat
ice
very
cream?
healthy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The little,
Because of the texture.
little treats.
Yeah, but it's the texture. Like Steve said, you're constantly searching for something. So, like, you could sit there and eat healthy, but it's like you like. So for me, melted cheese, that texture.
Does that give you pleasure?
Yes.
Okay.
So
right now,
It's like-
because I can't taste anything.
like zero sugar ice cream. And
Yeah,
stuff like
can't you
that,
find something that is
will approximate it?
that
the
approximates the texture and that is not loaded with?
Case you could.
Yeah.
Those are great putty.
Amy said she did the orange chicken at work.
All right.
Oh, well, if this is the case, then
Let's
we
hear
need
it.
to do this after the contest.
All right, we'll try.
Get an orange.
I would love to go to these calls, but listen, I want to go through this and see if she can identify these things or not. So let's give this a try. We're going to be drinking things, by the way. We're not going to be eating.
Oh my God, she's lost her sense of balance.
She can't stand up. You okay?
Tripped over her own headphones.
I had to move, and I tripped over my headphones.
Okay.
Oh, these bad headphones.
So we have all grabbed some things from our cabinets and refrigerators and brought them in. And, I have the sheet here. Don't look over here.
Yeah, don't look.
She's not wearing her glasses.
No, she's getting blindfolded. She's blind and no taste.
And Marissa, are we putting the mask on her or no?
We're putting the because
it covers up her nose.
Exactly.
So we have a
But
full.
I do want to try to smell it afterwards if I
mask.
can't taste it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we'll figure this out.
This is a legitimate. Should we be wearing goggles and lab coats?
So here's what we'll do. Marissa has put all these in numbered cups, little shot glasses, and Kathy's going to sip it, and we'll just have her guess. And I've got the list here, and then I'll reveal what it is, and we'll see if she gets anywhere near it.
Okay.
The password is.
Yeah.
So do you want me to put these goggles on?
Do you want to eliminate the smell as well fully?
I mean, listen, I can sip it. If you hand me, I can sip it without smelling it.
All right.
Because I want to see if my sense of smell is there or not afterwards.
All right, let's leave him off as long as it doesn't tip you off. So, Marissa, give her number one. We'll start with us. We can go in order. This is a good
Marissa, I don't know where you are.
order that we have, and she'll
Okay.
She'll put it in your hand. Okay.
Man, I can smell it.
Do you know where your mouth is?
Shut up. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah, take a sip.
Don't smell.
And see
I'm
what
not
you
going to
think.
smell.
You can shoot the whole thing.
Don't smell.
Probably don't drink the whole thing. You need to save some room. Okay, so you getting any sensation?
Something. It's like, yeah, it's not water.
Okay, not water.
It's I want to say like a I want to say sauce, but it's not that thick, so
Okay.
it's not a sauce. But that's what I'm getting. Like I would something like a pasta sauce or something.
Pasta sauce. So she's guessing pasta sauce.
Okay. And what is it, Preston?
It's a sauce.
Wait. Let me smell it. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, she just spilled it on her sweater. She just spilled it on the carpet.
Mackle farts.
You picked the wrong one to spill, too.
Yeah, you did. That's going to stain.
All right, get her sweater quickly. Kathy, take your top off quickly.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. You're legitimately handicapped.
I have to touch your boob.
Marissa, let me clean her.
By the way, go on YouTube now if you ever wanted to see Marissa feel up Kathy.
Oh, my God, dude. Now go a little slowly.
I almost have it out. There we go.
Oh,
All
my
right,
God.
thanks.
Preston, can you smell it on that side of the console?
No, not from where I'm sitting now.
Because I absolutely can, and the smell is very distinct.
Can I guess now?
Yeah, what is it?
Is it hot sauce?
No, it is not. Kathy, that is soy sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's way off. Not even clear.
And by the way, she took a sip. Like most people would go, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's soy sauce is very strong. It's very, very salty.
All right, wait.
And you could only handle a little bit of that straight, but she shot quite a bit of it. Yes.
All right, I can't see, so I don't want to spill it again. Marissa, where's my water? A little bit. All right, here we go.
Oh my God!
I need a sip of water.
Helen Keller had it
Okay.
together.
Let's go with number 2. Don't spill this one either.
You can do it.
There's the microphone is right in front of you, so don't hit it. All right.
Don't tip it or tilt it.
Take a sip of this and see what you think. All right. So, by the way, Kathy's lost her sense of taste. Let's see it. We're testing this out on her, and if you're just tuning in, that's what we're doing.
All right.
A little thicker, isn't it?
Thicker and sweet.
Okay.
Oh, so sweet you could determine.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I honestly don't know what it is. I know it's sweet, and by the texture, I'm going to say maybe like you put it. What the hell is it called? The chocolate that you put on ice cream. Like a
Hershey's,
like a chocolate syrup.
Yeah, like a chocolate syrup.
She got it right. Kathy, lucky you. One of the things you can taste is chocolate syrup.
Honestly, if you're going to lose anything, and keep one thing, keep your ability to taste chocolate.
Did the texture help with that?
Yeah, I think. Well, that's why I think I was able to guess.
But you definitely picked up on sweet, and you know why you probably could, because you just had really, really salty before that.
Right before it.
Okay, let's go with number 3 and try this one out. A shot of this one. Yep.
Jinx.
All right. We'll sip of this one. Oh, wow.
I like this one.
Strong reaction from this.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Wow. So a big reaction.
Like it definitely triggered something.
Like prom night?
No, like some sort of taste buds in my mouth, but I have no idea.
Just describe. So
what it is.
Sweet, savory. What is the reaction?
No, like vinegar, maybe.
She's right. Yeah.
But here's the thing:
it doesn't taste like vinegar.
No, the guess is the way it made me feel.
You probably got a little tangy, sensation like you would on your tongue, like mouth watering a little bit from.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing: I'm smelling it, and I can't smell it either.
It was white wine vinegar.
But I could. Where's that? Is the hot sauce still? I mean, the FUD, the
chocolate sauce.
The FUD.
What about? I think she was going to say fudge.
Like
FUD.
So that I can smell. I can smell the hot sauce, but I can't smell that vinegar.
It's not hot sauce. It's chocolate sauce.
Chocolate sauce.
That's what you would put on a chocolate FUD sundae.
Let's do the next one. We got to move through these. All right. So number 4, Marissa, if you would please. So she's gotten 2 out of 3 so far.
That's not
But
bad.
it was kind of guessing. Well, and not going. Yeah, that is this.
You're right. It's a combination of cues that are helping her get to the answer.
All right, Kathy. This is another one.
All right.
This one's kind of thick too.
Pondering.
I don't want any more of it, whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Does it?
Yeah.
I think so.
You know.
Okay, I have no idea what it is.
Do you ever watch Dr. Pimple Popper? No.
Oh my God! Stop it, Steve! Don't do that to me. Can I smell it? Try it that
Yeah.
way?
Okay. So you don't have a guess.
Oh, no,
But smelling it.
No smell.
Nothing. All right. Thank you.
WMMR.
Checking them out.
You guys did so good. I am
you.
very
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Thank you. Question, Casey, our guest.
We're trying to connect right now.
All right. So do I have a second to do this?
You do.
So I've been reading a book, an audio book, and I told Nick the other day, I'm like, yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. And I meant to get to it years ago, and because we had him, the guy that it's based on years ago, and I'm just loving it. It's so well done. And Nick's like, well, let me reach out to the guy, see if we can get him on. We're going to have him on next week.
Nice.
And it's Curtis Armstrong, Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. And Nick goes, dude, I got this voicemail. Listen to this. So he pulled this aside, and this was him.
Thursday, December 14th.
Hey, Nick, it's Curtis Armstrong calling. I just got an email from my agent, my literary agent, about doing an interview. I would be up to that if we could work out a time. My number is, give me a call when you can. Bye.
And so Nick plays me this, and he goes, I got Booger's phone number.
And I called him back yesterday. Could not have been a nicer guy. And we're going to have him on the show on Monday. He's in New York, and I'm really excited to chat with him.
Do you know where he's actually because they've released all the seasons of Moonlighting, and he is on that as well. Obviously,
his memoir is great. It's really well done. So I'm looking forward to talking to him, and I'm very much looking forward to talk to our current guest who we have standing by, ready to go. We've had in years past had a chance to chat with him. You know him from film series like Harry Potter, the Patriot, The Fury, Black Hawk Down, Hotel Mumbai, tons of great stuff. And now this limited series, which is called Archie, and it's on the life of Cary Grant.
Yes, I watched the first episode. It is pretty phenomenal because I am a huge Cary Grant fan, and it is. I'm already learning stuff I had no idea about.
It's now available on BritBox, and we are so excited to welcome Mr. Jason Isaacs.
Well, morning, boys.
Nice
so
to have you.
You've probably got something in front of you that says something about me, but I got a piece of paper that says you are the #1 way for Philadelphians to start their morning.
Oh, that's where we like that.
Wow. You replace coffee and I guess morning sex.
Yeah, that's how desperate it's gotten here in Philadelphia.
Jason, your personal fandom of Cary Grant, where does that lie in the pantheon of actors that you appreciate?
Well, I didn't really think much about him before I got this job, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And I started to watch his early films, and I thought, he's very awkward. Of course, he came straight from vaudeville and doing kind of knockdown end-of-pier shows and carnival barking. And then as I watched more and more of the movies, I went, he's got something. You can't take your eyes off him. He's not an actor. He's a star. There's a difference. You can watch, he's on screen with Jimmy Stewart and Katharine Hepburn and Ingrid Bergman and all these people, but there's something about you just can't take your eyes off him. And when I was doing research, I spent a lot of time talking to Diane Cannon, who's their appalling toxic marriage is featured a lot in the show. If you keep watching beyond episode 1, you'll see. And she said to me, she married Cary Grant. But when he shut the door and came home, he was Archie Leach, and something very, very different happened. And really all the scars from his abusive, abandoned, neglected childhood, all the terrible things that happened to him in his childhood came to play in his personal life, which is why there's no interviews. He didn't do any of this stuff that I'm doing now. You can't find a recorded interview. He didn't let the mask clip. Wow. But anyway, one of the things she said to me when she was being very helpful about his emotional damage, and every now and again she punctuated and she'd go, but honey, he would walk into a room, and let me tell you something. He was so beautiful. I mean, everybody wanted him. And the fellas and the girls. And he had a body. I mean, I'm not kidding you. And naked. And I go, Diane, let's get back to things that are useful to me, if you wouldn't mind.
Well,
it's a fan, and I fell in love with him watching his movies. Okay. Well, actually, what I fell in love with, of course, or fell in awe with, was Cary Grant. And the reason we made the show is he wasn't Cary Grant. He was the very, very polar opposite of everything you think you know about him. Everything you liked in the movies about him, you just reverse it. That's who he was when he got home.
That becomes readily clear, and just as Connery played Bond. He wasn't James Bond. I never thought of Cary Grant as a complete construct, and it's so clear that that was the case. This horribly troubled person.
An avatar, almost. Yeah. To speak to the kids' language today. No, he was incredibly troubled. If he was unflappable, that character he created on screen, he was extremely flappable in life. He was very, very vulnerable emotionally and very volcanic. His rages would be, his self-hatred was trouble. He took LSD hundreds of times with a doctor to try and quell his nightmares and his kind of personality disturbance. So it's amazing when you mention, I'm in a show, uncovering the layers of Cary Grant. They go, he was so extraordinary, he was so debonair, so suave. And I just think, you wait till you see it.
Wow. Think, Jason.
Think of something else.
Think of you as an actor of carrying, in his case, carrying the weight of this faux entity that you've created that everyone expects you to be, and that places additional stress on an already fragile psyche.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's ironic, isn't it, that a man or a boy who was completely unloved, completely abandoned and abused, sought his whole life to make other people love him and became very good at it. I mean, he was a male escort when he was in New York, and who knows what he did when he first got to Hollywood. And he learned to use his beauty and how sexy he was to make people love him. In the end, he got half of the known world to love him, and it just made him feel even more unlovable. Which is why his personal relationships went to pot, where he had 5 marriages.
You get the sense that he sort of quickly grew to resent people. So he sought that love and then quickly grew to resent people who gave him that love. Does that make any
That's very
sense?
perceptive. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And numbers of the wives have said to me or recorded that what happened was he would make them, force them, unconsciously, force them to reject him before they could abandon him, because he was sure that every woman would abandon him because his mother, he felt, had abandoned him.
Yeah. He was literally, as a kid, there were points where throughout his life, he had been literally starving. He had hard times.
Well, I mean, you couldn't script this stuff. Not only was he starved of love and starved of food, genuinely hungry, when he was older, and I'm talking about when he was a big, big star and had a lot of money, he would not only finish everything on his plate and Diane's plate, he'd finish everything on everybody's plate in a restaurant. And if he couldn't, he'd pack it up and take it home, make sandwiches for the next day. If he had a giant party with the most glamorous people in the world and caterers, he would go around if they threw any food away and take it out the bins and stuff. He couldn't bear for a single crumb to be wasted throughout his life.
Jason, I wanted to ask about your taking on this role. You've seemed to have mastered the subtleties of the human voice. You've flowed in and out of different dialects and accents with ease. You have the Cary Grant accent, which many people have done impressions of over the years.
Sure. Well, they do an exaggeration.
Correct.
They're doing a half-remembered version of Tony Curtis and Some Like It Hot. They're not really doing
you're right. So what tack did you take in representing and being this character and being both Archie and being Carrie? I didn't know if you have two different ones. If it's depicted in the show.
I mean, first of all, a lot of the credit is due to the incredible hair and makeup people and the costume people. I don't look like him, but I don't look like myself.
Yeah.
I mean, the audience is going to meet me halfway. Obviously, I'm not going to be that guy that walks in the room and everybody drops their panties on the floor. But I look brown and I've got the chin and the eyes, and it is what it is. But I knew the voice was a big deal, that people would be waiting for it. But then I broke down his voice in all the movies, and he says every single line with exactly the same intonation pattern. And I knew he couldn't talk like that. There's no way you spill hot coffee in your lap. You go, I look vaguely familiar. Like, there's a voice that you use when you're on screen. He worked at, but he wasn't that guy. And I couldn't find an interview. And I had resources. I had all the American networks and British networks. He just didn't do it. Didn't do talk shows. Didn't do any of that stuff. And finally, I tracked down an illicit interview, something that had been recorded against his will by a journalist.
Wow.
Against his intent in the last year of his life. And at that point, I heard Archie Leach.
Wow.
I heard a guy who wasn't so sure of himself and still felt a bit resentful and wasn't trying to be charming. And I just heard all the fault lines going back to childhood. And that's the voice I broke down and that you hear when you watch the show. So it sounds a bit like the guy in the movies, but you take away all of the projected masculinity and certainty, and you get a guy who's very insecure.
Yeah, I think it's so easy when you do things like this. Now, you had the benefit of coming in from the angle of I'm going to tackle the man who's dealing with this persona, so that was a delineation point. But a lot of times things can.
There's a couple of bits from the movies.
Right.
Unfortunately, I read the script and I went, "Oh, you." Some of the movies in. So
I know. Which, as a fan, though, I love that stuff. So I love. I mean, you have to, if it's even appropriate to say fan service, because Charade, North by Northwest. I go back. One of my father's favorite films is Mr. Blandings-Mills's Dream House. Father Goose, Houseboat, all of the, and even the more,
Well, what's your favorite then? What's your favorite?
God Almighty, I love Charade and North by Northwest, but I also, but Father Goose, which may be in a way very close.
The only time he stepped out, it's the only time he stepped outside of the mold. He built this character, which was really nothing like him at all, and the world fell in love with it, and that's who the world thinks he is. But you're right, Father Goose, he played a slightly goofy older guy,
right?
Because he was an older guy,
right. And people don't realize. I mean, he was to use the term superstar for quite a long time.
He was bigger than any stars today. Yeah. It's like thinking about Elvis and comparing him to pop stars today, and you go, no, this is a different magnitude. People didn't have TV and social media and all the other things. There was just the movies, and he dominated actually for 30 years.
Yeah.
That's how big he was. I mean, that's a long time to stay on top. But funny enough, the point of making a series about a superstar and how opposite and how damaged he was in private isn't really for fans of his, because there's many people around who don't know who he is. It's because today we have all these people we worship who come through our phones and laptops and at us, and we're all these people against whose lives we compare our own and feel less than. And it's an object lesson to remember that their lives are nothing like what they present to us. No one's life is how they curate it for us on social media. And we shouldn't compare ourselves to what they project at all.
It all distills down to the grass is always greener. And you put things, yes, and you're exactly correct, because if anything, Hollywood is especially that time, is legendary for generating these kind of stories of very wounded people who ended up.
Well, it's still true.
Yeah, it's still true.
It's still true that most of the very famous people I know went after it with a passion. He went after making the world love him because he had such a gigantic hole inside him. And the irony being, it just made the hole bigger and deeper. But so it doesn't happen by accident. And most of the super famous performers I know have something cracked in their mold.
Interesting. And that was a question I was going to ask. Are there people in this day and age that are carrying on that big of a charade, and we don't know that at all as a viewing public?
I don't know if it's possible. And, look at the red table that Will Smith and his wife have. They're talking about laying out their dirty laundry in public. So I don't know if like that as much anymore, although I don't know that everybody wants to present it quite as vividly as they do. But it's still true that people present themselves on social media, and they're very careful about the curated image that they project to the world, and become very wealthy from that stuff. And I don't know about you, but in my life, when I've met any of the people I'm, slightly I can't even say the word, I'm starstruck by, tongue-tied by, within 5 minutes, particularly if I'm working with them, I go, wow. This is nothing like what I expected.
Right.
And they are nothing like what I expected. So, I think we still can pull the wool over people's eyes in that way.
Just to switch gears for a second, Jason, I had my youngest over Thanksgiving had never seen, believe it or not, any of the Harry Potter films, so we watched all of them.
Wow,
we did a full
terrible
marathon.
father.
I tried. Trust me, I read the books. I did the whole thing. We finally watched it. And then most recently, Steve here turned me on, and Nick as well, to a documentary about Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double being paralyzed. I don't know if you've had a chance to see that yet. It's called The Boy Who Lived.
I know him. Yeah. I absolutely have seen it. He's an incredibly inspiring. Davey Holmes is such an inspiring man. I'm going to say boy because I remember him as a boy. But they say that people have a default level of happiness, and whatever tragedy or tremendous things happen to them, you can peak and you can trough for a while, but you will return to it. Davey's one of the most positive people you ever meet in your life, and certainly had a physical tragedy happen to him, but he's such an inspiration to people who meet him today. And that documentary, it doesn't pretend, it doesn't gloss things over and make it seem like he has the happiest, easiest life, but it on a very profound level, it's inspirational. People should watch it if they can.
Yeah, it is. It's weird to say, but even for the holidays, when you're talking about things to be grateful for and so on and so forth, to see this man.
No, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I hate Christmas. I hate Christmas because I don't want to be buying a bunch of stuff and paying for one more trip for Jeff Bezos to space. I'd like to be giving, and it's an argument we have all the time with my kids, and we all pick a charity and all this stuff, but really it's still an orgy of consumerism. And if you can spend Christmas thinking about others and dealing with empathy and sympathy and being grateful, finding ways to be grateful and finding ways to be of service as a consequence, then that's what Christmas means to me.
It's when you're playing a character, and obviously, the villain, in which you're obviously a very nice guy, but the villain.
I'm not talking about Cary Grant here, I hope.
No, I know.
He was a troubled man.
Troubled man, not a villain.
I think.
But obviously, we've never forgotten what you did to us in the Revolutionary War. So,
well, I tried to win. If I'd won, we might not have what's coming up in the next presidency. So it's roundabouts.
You had to secure that.
Yeah.
But is so to that point, you always seem to find the humanity in that. And so let me ask you with Cary Grant, the one final thing to take away about Cary Grant, what you learned.
That if your inner voice doesn't match what you present to the world, do some work on it, because it will drive you to distraction and it will destroy your relationships. That's what I learned from doing it, and I hope you learn from watching it.
Archie is available on BritBox. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, Jason. We appreciate you coming.
It was great to talk to you guys.
Wonderful. Jason Isaacs, guys.
Yay!
He's awesome. Love that guy. He's so talented. And by the way, did you hear the "we have to wrap"?
Yeah. Oh no! What do you mean?
That's not how we do it in the States. Rap means go longer.
I thought we had more time with him, man.
Yeah, it was 15 to 20. They gave us 15.
Okay. Well, I did not know that about Cary Grant. I had no idea that he was like borderline mean.
He was brutalized growing up.
I know he was an abused guy and reflected that.
And there were times, though, he considered his greatest achievement his daughter. Diane Cannon for years, I remember for years, I would always say, because I knew Cary Grant had issues, and I still loved Cary Grant, still do. I will always love the movie experiences and so on and so forth. But people would always, there'd be like, oh, Diane Cannon, like what she had to put up with. And she really was good for him for the couple of years they were together. But she was able to do something, make him comfortable enough, and that was the one time he had a child, and his child, who is a co-producer on the movie,
right,
he believed was his greatest achievement. But when you talk about how the sins of childhood, or when you see these children, and I'm sure you guys all have kids, and you're like, oh, what if I do this? Is that going to set this in motion? And what if I do that? Is that going to make this? Is it going to be something that's going to come back 15 years from now?
Right.
I mean, he just had a flood of all of that.
I'm glad Jason Isaacs said what he said about The Boy Who Lived. And if I can say just one more thing about it, I watched it because Steve recommended it to me, but I watched it because I'm a Harry Potter fan. It really doesn't have a lot to do with Harry Potter. No. Harry Potter's just sort of the background of what's happening in these guys' lives, including Daniel Radcliffe. But it's just a story about living life to the fullest and really being grateful for what you have, quite literally having a body, if you can get out of bed every day and wake up and get on your own 2 feet. And what this poor child has gone through, and now a young man has gone through, it's this slow debilitation of his bodily functions. But he still has this attitude that is so resolute and so uplifting. I cannot recommend it more highly. So thank you again, Steve, for pointing it out to me.
I was just thank you. It just gotten raves, and you talk about. So he gets this really traumatic injury, and then he happens to be one of 3% who are susceptible to a complication of the injury.
Yep.
And so, but yet always are his friends, are his people, are his supporters.
Right. And one of his friends just happens to be Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Right? Like that, Daniel Radcliffe isn't... we're not focusing on this movie because Daniel Radcliffe is Harry Potter. He's an actor who played that role.
Right.
And you wouldn't realize how many stunts went into that series.
Tons of badass,
of really difficult stunts.
I mean, that series is so effing good. If you take it, sometimes it might be jarring for people who watch it as you did back to back because, you're seeing a tone shift.
Yeah.
Happen and even in the books, the tonal shift happened over time. But yeah, each one of them is magical.
Caroline was like, I never saw the, haven't watched all the movies, so I just started watching the first one. I went and sat down with her, and we watched 6 in a row. 6 of the movies. It was crazy. And then we were like, we got to finish now, so we spread it out over the next couple of days. And Jason Isaacs is just, man, can that guy, he can cut you with a look, with a snide, he is just harsh.
There is a brief second where he infuses his character with paternal heart, like on the bridge.
Yeah. He's still a dad.
Yeah. And the exact sequence I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's very cool. It's a subtle thing. I love those. We were talking the other day, Preston, about that scene in Purple Rain when Morris Day, who's been berating and just crapping all over Prince. There's a nanosecond where he almost like collects himself and is like, I don't feel good about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, you talk about the humanity of that series, right? And Voldemort has no love in his life at all, ever.
Yeah.
And that's why he's pure evil.
Right.
But Draco and Lucius and the mother, they're still a family.
They've got a family.
And in the end, Lucius chooses Draco over Voldemort.
Yeah.
And that it speaks to the fact that there's humanity there.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a fantastic series. So I was glad I went through and watched it again because it had been a while since I had seen any of that. But that the documentary is called The Boy Who Lived. But Jason Isaacs and the Archie series. What is BritBox? Now I mentioned that's what it's on.
I subscribed to it a long time ago. It's all British television, so all sorts of shows. Because Lord knows there's not enough available to us right now.
Yes.
But this early on, there were a couple of shows that I liked that were on it, and a couple of series. And so, if you are a bit of an Anglophile and you like that stuff, it's I think the great thing happened. Shift-wise, Preston, was when we here in the States adopted the 5-episode series.
Mm-hmm.
And so, BritBox has tons of those.
Okay.
My mom, this would be perfect for her because she watches a lot of WHYY. She'll watch Father Brown.
That's okay. So
and Old Tricks. That's another British show that she likes. So Old Tricks. It's
about prostitutes.
No. It's these old people that basically they go out and solve crimes. And it's old, new tricks. Or no, it's called New Tricks.
New Tricks
because they're old people.
But Tricks is for kids.
Yeah. Silly rabbit. All right. Well, that was really cool talking. We should take a break and come back. We got some bizarre file stories that we will share in just a little bit. And Casey looks like he's searching for something.
I'm hosting this movie screening next week, and it is confirmed we will have Zack Snyder on the show next week to talk about that.
Do you know what day?
It's going to be Tuesday.
Rebel Moon is the movie, and Casey is doing a screening, and this will be, what day are you doing that? Monday?
Tuesday night?
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday night, December 19th. So we have a few of these to give away. So I will take, we'll take 5 callers right now, 215-263-WMMR. So this is going to be at the Fashion District AMC, 7 o'clock screening, and it's before it hits theaters. And 215-263-WMMR is a number call right now. And Zack Snyder, of course, a good friend of ours, and so many great movies, and
the
this one
advance
looks badass.
Yeah, Preston, he's a visionary when it comes to this stuff, and so the reviews already are like, you have not seen anything like this.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's going to be released on Netflix on December 22nd, so you get to see it beforehand. So we'll take those callers now, and we will set you up with passes to go. We'll take a break. We'll come back in a second. Some B-File stories that we'll get to in a second, and more coming up, so stay right where you are. Okay. It's ranch dressing. Yeah, that's Hidden Valley ranch dressing. The GOAT of ranch dressing.
Yeah.
And by the way, you guys know my sense of smell and taste. Like
incredibly acute.
Normally, I would have been. I could do this in 2 seconds. All of it.
You were able to discern between water.
Yeah,
types of
different
water.
Seriously.
All right, next sample. This is number 5. Go ahead whenever you're ready. And this one this is very identifiable.
Okay, there's a little sweetness to this again.
Okay.
Maybe like I want to say a juice.
A juice.
Like apple juice?
Like apple juice.
She got it right.
Yep. Well, you might.
And here's the thing. I'm smelling it, too. I can smell the apple juice. Is it safe to say that I can, the sweet stuff,
You're picking up on sweet.
You're rocking the sweet.
Than anything else, yes. And you know what? A text came in that says sweet is the last taste to be lost, even with aging. Like, that's the one that we hang on to the most.
Okay.
Don't know if there's any validity to that or not.
Well,
but
this has nothing to do with aging.
That's why old people love pudding.
Yeah. All right, here's the next one. This is mystery drink number 6.
Mystery drink number 6.
She's grimacing.
I know this one.
What is it?
I can taste it. Is it pickle juice?
You got it.
Wow. Kathy, so that is not sweet, unless it is sweet pickles.
No, I don't know.
And you don't like pickles, do you?
No, I love pickles.
All right, well, good for you.
So,
see, we're finding things that you'll be able to eat and taste. That's
Kathy,
great.
that's awesome.
Chocolate and pickles.
We're curing her. You're pregnant. No, we're Preston. You're legitimately curing her.
We're getting somewhere.
We should set up an institute.
If you've had the taste issue, you should do this type of thing at home as well. You might find 1 or 2 things that stands out.
By the way, Kathy, though you can't see it, I'm wearing protective goggles.
Hey,
I had to take mine off.
You know what? And also, the caller that we had earlier, though, Kathy, had said that he could taste lemon for a moment.
Yes.
And then as he continued to eat, it would go away. So this is something you'll have to test with...
Why don't you forget the moose?
Oh, for a moment.
For a moment.
I got it.
That
with
happens.
pickles.
That happened to my mom. She lost her taste for a really long time, and the same thing. She said it came back. She would eat, and she'd get it at the beginning of the meal, and then by like mid-meal, she couldn't taste anything.
So eat quickly.
Here's the next one for you. Let's try this. This is number 7. We have 15 of these, by the way.
All right. Not a clue.
Looks like she doesn't really like the way it tastes. Or are you just
I'm
perplexed
not like a
by
huge fan. I think it might be on the sweeter side, but it's not as sweet as that chocolate sauce.
it? Okay.
Like a pudding?
Pudding. No, it is not a pudding.
Let me smell it. Hold on.
Okay.
What kind of pudding are you drinking?
Puddings.
I smell something, but I can't. I would say pudding again.
No, it is maple syrup.
Which would be something very sweet.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Not like pudding.
No.
Is it Miss or Mrs.? She married?
I think it's
Butterworth.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
She's
spoken for.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Mr. Butterworth is an accountant.
Here's the next one. This is number 8. We're at the pretty much the halfway point now. Let's see if you can identify this. No reaction facially. I thought for sure I would see a facial reaction from this one.
Well, I mean, you should.
I'm going in again.
All right, this
drink
is
all of it.
It's a popular paint remover.
She shouldn't be able to say, I'm going to go again on this. No, I don't think so. Wow.
What do you think?
Wow.
I like it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Can we look?
So we don't know. Preston has the answers.
All right, she doesn't know, so you can take a sniff and now guess after smelling it. What is it?
Is it lemon?
It is lemon juice. It's straight up lemon juice. Normally, if one is drinking straight squeezed lemon juice, you'd be puckering up and going,
Kathy, you didn't do any of that.
Not even a whiff.
So that Preston.
So she got that wrong. She could smell it, but she couldn't taste it.
That raises the question. That reflex.
Yes.
What causes that reflex?
It's a good question.
Well, let me ask. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to try something. We're going to do a scientific experiment here. I'm going to drink this lemon juice, but I'm going to hold my nose.
Now, we've never met.
We've
right?
never. Well, we have met many times. Many times. But I'm going to hold my nose so that way the smell part does it.
That's the way to do it.
It's still sour.
Like you made the face?
But your taste is intact.
Yeah. But I wasn't sure if like any of that stuff
Kathy drank it and there was no puckering, no pursing whatsoever.
Like even with her drinking that and I knowing what it is caused my mouth to salivate a little bit.
Yes.
Because that's what I'm
a little engorged.
Your mouth will do. Well, that's great. All right. So this will be interesting.
Oh boy.
This is our only solid of the day.
Oh God.
All right, Kathy, go ahead.
So wait, do I have to like
just stick your tongue in there.
Yeah.
Stick your tongue in there.
Stick it in.
Stick it deep in there.
Ew. What? I don't like that.
I'll give you a hint. It's not sand.
Yeah, like that. It's gristly.
Yeah.
Move your tongue around.
I have no friggin' idea.
No idea. Smell it.
I feel like it's probably a spice or something, but I have no idea.
But it should be very recognizable by taste, no question. Nothing when you smell it?
I'm trying.
She's not getting it. And she's inhaling deeply.
You would know this in a heartbeat.
Cinnamon.
Oh,
It's just straight up cinnamon.
No.
Yeah, nothing. Even after you know, you don't recognize it.
Not that one.
Okay.
The more you know.
If you're tuning in, Kathy lost her taste, and we're testing her on that. Let's do number 10, if you will, please. And we're back to liquids now.
Okay.
Let's have a little sipperoonie and see what you get from that.
Is it alcohol?
Like rubbing alcohol, yeah.
No. That's all I
She's
get.
saying
It doesn't
alcohol.
taste anything, but I feel like maybe
like vodka?
Like a vodka or something like that.
Do you get a burn from it or?
Yeah, like a little burn.
Down your throat?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's why, because it's alcohol. It's vodka. So she can taste that it's alcohol, and I get that, because outside of the taste in your mouth, once it goes down your throat, you get this warmness, this heat.
Right.
So,
Marissa, can I taste that one just to?
Hey, Kath, a question for you then, because I know you like to drink wine and you're pretty particular about your wines. Will you just go buy the cheapest ones possible now?
Well, no, what's funny is, because they'll probably give me a headache.
Yeah.
I was at my brother's house and, he knows what I like to drink and he didn't have it. And I go, what is this? He goes, it doesn't matter. Just drink it. You'll be fine.
Thunderbird.
When friends drop by who can't taste anything, give him the cheapest crap you've got in the house. That's why I reach for the Thunderbird.
James Mason approved. All right, here's the next one. This is number 11. You should get something from this.
11!
Let's see.
There's a reaction.
Got a real
scowl. She actually did De Niro there for a second.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Whatever it is, I'm not a fan.
Not so much.
Interesting that there are bad tastes that work through.
Nick, it's not a bad taste. It's like that vinegar feeling again. Like if so I have no idea.
That makes sense for this. Do you want to smell it?
Smell
it. You can smell it.
You can smell it.
Do you smell something?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's doing De Niro again.
I don't like this. I don't know what it is. I don't like it.
It's Worcestershire sauce.
And you know what? I don't put that on anything. So
Okay. Not even in Bloody Marys? Well, it's already in Bloody Marys.
no,
usually,
I'm
so.
not a Bloody Mary fan.
Okay, all right. So no dice on Worcestershire. We've got 4 more to go.
4 more.
Here is number 12.
You've had a pretty decent degree of success, Kathy. At least your ability.
Well, the vodka one I'm kind of only half giving to her because she couldn't identify it. You should be able to tell that it was vodka.
All right. A big scowl on this one. We don't. Preston's the only one who knows what this is. Preston and Marissa. So we're guessing along.
This gave the puckering again. I don't know what it is, but again, it's like triggering something in my mouth.
Take a smell. Take a
All right.
sniff. You don't know. You can't taste it.
Vinegar.
Okay.
Wow.
Any? But it's a very specific kind of vinegar.
Yeah, the kind that smells like feet.
Okay. It is apple cider.
It'll cure everything.
There's a shot of that every day, right?
That's what they say.
I should get my taste back after that.
Yes. Right. All right, we have 3 more. This is mystery taste number 13. And let's see how you do on this one.
My stomach's going to be great after this.
I know, right? Fortunately, you're just taking little baby sips, so.
You're going to be farting clouds.
All right.
Spending, get a reaction.
Spending some time with this one.
Okay. Not as much as a scowl from the Worcestershire. All right, so she's feeling it.
There's like something in it, some peppers or something.
Would you say Thunderbird?
It was like there was substance to it. There's particles in there.
Particles.
I don't know what it is, but it's making my mouth burn a little bit. It has a little kick to it.
Burn a little bit. All right, so but you don't know.
Can I smell it?
Sure.
Can I?
What do you think? What do you think, Kat?
Can
I don't know. I want to say like
good.
Pickled something again.
Pickled something.
It's hot sauce.
Straight up hot sauce.
Yeah, it's
What's the
Mr.
title of it?
Mr. Deck's hot sauce.
This is I'm the marketing director of this company.
Yeah, the name this particular flavor is called Butt Blaster.
Oh, really?
They're out of,
Seriously?
they're out of Newport Beach, California.
I like that.
So
All
it's
right.
very, it's a like a
Powerful.
very hot.
Yeah.
Who brought that?
I did. I'm seriously the marketing director of this company.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I brought it in.
Did you come up with the name Butt Blaster?
It was a collaborative effort, so yes.
Who's Mr. Dex?
A college friend, and this is a side project. And this is as far as I've gotten as marketing director.
How do you like the taste?
I love it. I put it on.
Do you put that S on
but I put it on pizza. I put it on eggs.
By the way, this particular heat rating is 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, it's not that hot.
So not crazy
All right.
hot, but enough to give you some sensation.
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
2 more. This is another solid. I didn't know we had another solid. This is the only other solid in our list. So do the tongue thing. Stick your tongue in.
Yeah, stick it
Do
in
that
there.
tongue thing.
Stick it in there. Okay. Love it. Stick it down in there.
Come on, man.
She's like an inquisitive look.
This I get absolutely nothing.
Really?
Absolutely nothing from
Okay,
this.
so that's a nothing, and you should be able to taste it, smell it, and see if you can come up with something there.
Nothing, huh?
Like a, I don't know. Maybe there's pepper in it. No, because I didn't feel that on my tongue at all.
No. It's garlic powder.
Oh.
Garlic
You would
powder.
absolutely know,
I'll give you a
right?
piece of gum later, Kat.
Yeah. All right, we have one final taste in our test for you, and let's see how you do with this one.
This one,
Yes.
I also get absolutely nothing. Like it could be water to me.
Okay.
Like it could. That's the consistency.
All right. Take a little bit more. This is the last one. Finish it all off.
Put your tongue in it.
Go ahead.
No, is it going to make my stomach hurt?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
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 I get absolutely nothing.
Take a sniff and see if you can tell from that.
Not really. I want to say, is it another alcohol?
Sauvignon Blanc.
Your favorite brand as well. It's Nobilo.
Oh,
wow.
You
get
poor
nothing.
thing.
Nothing.
That's a shame.
Sucks.
Oh, man.
So, Kat, let me ask you then.
Give me
So,
that bar.
Wait, are we done? Can I take the?
Yeah, that's it.
the people will often describe water as not having a taste, but it does have a taste, and so
Kathy can tell those taste
and
differences.
you can tell those taste differences. So, water for you, like legit, has no taste.
Mm, No.
And you can tell those taste differences. So, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, you can tell those taste differences. So, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you, like legit, has no taste. And so, water for you,
What?
He's saying that a lot of people describe water as having no taste.
Right.
You were able, I think I am as well, slightly able to discern between tap and bottled water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
so
has
you
a
can,
taste.
but
right now,
Oh, yeah.
it has zero taste.
Yeah, probably not. I can't believe I couldn't taste the Nobilo.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's
crazy. So to review, she got correct and guessed correct and wasn't definitive, though, but said, well, is it chocolate syrup? So you kind of knew what it was, but you really didn't say, oh.
And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
So looking at some of the stuff that we have to give away, and I'm going to go ahead and just reveal some of this stuff here. Can I do that? Is that okay? So the Miller Lite Ugly Sweater Contest, we have Miller Lite beer for a year.
Nice.
We've got Steven Starr has given us $2,000 in gift cards to give away. We have a 3-day mini ski getaway at Smuggler's Notch in Vermont. We have a pair of stock car racing experience ride-alongs at Pocono.
You're going to freaking love it.
Pocono Raceway. We have, listen to this, 4 heated tailgate chairs from Shift Outdoors.
Oh, cool.
That's like a $500 value. We have Maurice Pierce family 4-pack combo tickets. Dude, that's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
We got a ton of really cool things that we're going to give away, and we just chuck these prizes out left and right. And we're going to play some games that you've heard before on the show. And we've just never done them in a live setting before.
No, because
we're going to play around with those.
If you are a fan, and this is obviously a love letter of sorts to the all of you for supporting the show, you've probably heard these games. And again, changing things up, I think, is a good idea because a lot of times you might be playing at home and you didn't get through and you wanted your shot. Well, you're going to get it.
And plus, the past several years, for as long as we've been doing this, we've done pretty much a similar formula every single time. So we thought, well, we're going to a new location. Let's try something a little bit different.
I love it.
And live musical entertainment. The Souderton Area High School Choir is going to be singing. Some of the students, there are 2 a cappella groups. They have Coordination and the Souder Tones, and they're going to come out and sing. And I wanted to take a moment to mention that they have their winter concert tonight. At Souderton Area High School.
Hot damn tonight.
Yes, and my youngest is the one who runs the sound for them.
Nice.
Oh, that's so that'll be cool. But
Souder Tones.
The Souder Tones.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
They always have good names in those groups.
They do. All those a cappella groups.
Yeah.
So they're gonna give us some holiday music performed live at the event too. So we'll have that, and we're working on some other things as well. In fact, we're gonna have a little meeting after the show today to kind of put things in line and figure out exactly when and where we want to do stuff. But all of our wonderful sponsors throughout the year, they always pony up for this thing, and they get they obviously pay for advertising, but then they offer up this stuff. They're on top of that for us to give away, which is fantastic. So, and then we in turn give it to you. Yes.
It does mean a lot.
That's how
these, and we've had the sponsors that obviously you hear every day, but we appreciate your support of them as well.
Yes, absolutely. Because keep in mind the only way that our industry has income is from our sponsors. That's
right.
it.
That's it.
Every bit of it pays for all the equipment, all the salaries, everything comes from our advertisers. So you supporting our advertisers supports us, this family at WMMR and Beasley Media. So we very much appreciate that. And that's part of the whole Christmas miracle.
It is a miracle.
Live broadcast. So we're
It's a Christmas miracle! Yeah!
doing it next Wednesday. Let's do the B5.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Embers Smokehouse and Tap in Chalfont, PA, offering a unique twist on classic barbecue. You can enjoy chef-inspired plates that are perfect for dinner, a game, or holiday parties. You can visit Embers Smokehouse and Tap.com for the menu. All right, this is disturbing, terrible, but this does happen from time to time. Gospel singer Pedro Henrique collapsed and died during a performance in Brazil, and the whole thing was caught on camera. He was 30 years old. Every now and then, in fact, if you go to Wikipedia and look up a list of performers who died while performing, you'll be blown away by how many people have actually died on stage or on camera.
Albert Brooks's father died right at the end of giving a Friars Club roast. Wow. It was up on stage, died. Wow. Yeah.
Enrique was performing at a private event for influencer Luis Abreu. The event was also broadcast live on social media platforms. In the startling clip, Enrique stands at the edge of the stage, urging the crowd to sing along as he holds his microphone out before he seemingly loses his balance, falls over in front of his band. His record label said that he was pronounced dead at a local medical clinic and suffered a massive heart attack.
Is he a big guy?
No, not at all. Thin guy, young guy, too. Enrique is survived by his wife and his 2-month-old daughter.
Oh, my God. Goodness.
Yeah, so it's terrible news. Sorry to lead with that one. How about this one? This is terrible, too. 2 men who allegedly killed approximately 3,600 birds, including bald eagles and golden eagles, face years in prison and fines of up to $250,000.
Why are they killing eagles?
After being indicted by a federal grand jury in Montana to sell them, to sell the feathers and whatnot. Simon Paul and Travis John Branson are accused of poaching bald eagles and golden eagles on the Flathead Indian Reservation and elsewhere from January 2015 to March 2021, and then illegally selling them on the black market. During the investigation, law enforcement uncovered messages from Branson and others describing the illegal taking of eagles by stating, quote, out here committing felonies, and telling buyers he was on a killing spree to obtain eagle tail feathers for future sales.
Well, thank God he's a moron.
Yeah, so they are facing the Lacey Act, which combats trafficking of illegal taken wildlife, fish, or plants. The indictment details the sale of 13 bald eagles and golden eagles as parts or entire birds with the dates that each were poached.
Do you have a story about an exploding baby?
Let me see. No, but I have one about a guy who took a 1,000-foot fall and lived.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right, so with his broken left arm in a sling and his right eye nearly swollen shut, 34-year-old Ian Snyder said he can't believe he survived a 1,000-foot tumble from a hiking trail in Hawaii and being stranded for 3 days next to a stream.
I can't believe I survived.
Excuse me?
I can't believe I survived.
You can't believe you survived?
It is new.
It's miraculous.
It's great.
The California father of 3 spoke of his harrowing ordeal on Tuesday and was able to meet and thank in person the rescuers and members of the local hiking community who banded together to find him. Near a waterfall in the Ko'olau mountain range on the island of Oahu is where this happened.
1,000-foot.
Snyder said he was, and Nick, this is kind of right out of your story, okay? He was hiking alone. You weren't alone, but last week when he described what he described as a treacherous stretch of the Ko'olau summit trail, when his outing took an unexpected twist. He said his hike was pretty routine when he started his adventure. And then he said, I got to the peak. It was steep. From there, I continued along the peak's trail, and it got more and more treacherous. At one point, he looked down from the trail, saw the Pali Highway in the distance, and thought, man, that is a long way down below me, and I need to get down there. And he said he doesn't remember exactly when he toppled and fell. Wow. He said, once I came to, I had no idea what had happened. He said, I'd been out clearly. I can't even remember if it was daytime, nighttime, the first time I came to.
So he has no idea how long he was out.
Nope.
And so his last memory was looking down at the highway and saying, I have to get down there.
When Snyder failed to return from his hike, his family reported him missing. Members of the Oahu hiking community also rallied the search team, spreading the word of Snyder's disappearance on its Facebook page. But luckily for him, he had posted a selfie and videos on social media during his hike before he fell, and that helped rescuers pinpoint the location to search for him in the first place. They recognized the terrain.
Take that, social media critics.
Snyder said he was left wondering if he would live or die. He said, I remember being close to the stream, and at some point in the few days, he was there for days. I know I must have shifted locations, dragged myself along, and got myself closer to the stream. I got between 2 rocks where I knew I'd be more sheltered out of the wind. Because his left arm was broken, he said he had to reach across his body with his right to scoop up water to drink. As he lay there immobilized, he said, I had a deep sense of calm, though. On Thursday, he said he heard what sounded like a helicopter nearby. He said he began waving his right arm and eventually caught the rescue crew's attention.
That's amazing.
Yeah, a paramedic.
He was 90% complete on a coconut car.
A paramedic said
so close
that when he spotted Snyder from the air, he couldn't believe the hiker had survived such a fall. He said that he learned a valuable lesson from his misadventure. Never go hiking alone.
True dat.
Never. True dat. All right, and then we'll do one more story. Let's go with this one. A renowned Boston area fertility doctor is facing a federal lawsuit from a former patient who alleges that he secretly impregnated her with his own sperm.
Man!
During an artificial insemination.
What is it with these guys?
Procedure decades ago. Steve, this reminds me of the old coffee commercials. We secretly replaced the original sperm.
semen with the doctor semen.
Yeah.
I think you're going to like this.
And in a lawsuit, he was just getting warmed up.
Yeah, look at that. I put a head on that for you.
Yeah, and he said that they said that in the lawsuit. Sarah DePoyen.
Do you like short babies?
Explained that she and her husband went to Dr. Merle Berger.
Merle Berger.
Come on.
I'm just getting warmed up.
The now
Welcome to lunch. We're serving Merle Burgers.
Retired co-founder of Boston IVF in 1980 for help getting pregnant. Berger promised to perform an insemination using sperm of a medical resident who resembled her husband, who did not know her and whom she did not know.
One sperm burger up.
Instead, the doctor secretly substituted his own sperm.
You better think again.
Now, her daughter, Carolyn Bester, was born in January 1981. Speaking to reporters, Bester said that she learned the truth about her parentage earlier this year. How do you think she learned about it?
23andMe?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Among her DNA matches were Berger's granddaughter and second cousin.
Holy yeah.
Bester said, I spoke to one of them. I started piecing it all together. Berger's lawyer disputed the lawsuit claims.
You just got sperm burger.
And said that
I've been around, you know.
I don't know why I'm doing Pacino.
It works.
I figured out how to do the voice, and I'm just having fun with it.
You could do Mitch McConnell.
You like that? It took about an hour for me to completely finish.
Oh, my
God. The Berger's lawyer disputed the lawsuit claims.
I actually heard it walking out of my penis.
Oh, my God.
Said they have no legal or factual merit and will be disproven in court. And there you go. I think we're going to end on that one, folks. That is all I have in the bizarre file for you. All right, we're not done giving stuff away. We're just getting warmed up at this point.
I take a flamethrower to this place. I'm just getting warmed up.
So when we come back, we're going to do the lesson question. We'll give away a prize for that. And we'll also get the trash and music news and all that stuff on top of it. So stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
No, none of them I knew 100%.
Yeah. All of these were semi. So chocolate syrup, vinegar, apple juice. So the sweets you could get. And one that you could definitely, that I think you get the best was pickle juice.
Yeah, that
And
was,
so maybe if you really want to taste something
put pickles on it.
flavor-wise, you could have pickles.
Yeah.
And the other one was vodka. Or I put in alcohol because you didn't quite get the vodka right. So out of 15, you were able to identify really 4, and that's it.
Marissa, was the I'll just say it, the honey was that usable? By the way, I just grabbed these things out of the...
Oh, you know what? I just stopped at 15. We brought
no problem.
Things, so.
It has.
Want to see if you can smell it?
The honey has a taste to it.
Is that like spice habanero?
There's another taste, and I'd be curious if she'd be able to taste. Don't show her the label if you can avoid it.
Oh, what? Like it's
flavored honey. It's got another fruit in it,
Oh,
and
right,
I'd be curious if with the sweet stuff you could do it. All right.
I won't look. I guess I can.
You can look at it.
Yeah.
Juice.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Rub it on your sweater.
Stick your tongue in it. Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get it?
No.
Nothing.
Can you taste the sweet of the honey?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I can taste the sweet of the honey.
Nothing else.
No.
Because it's blueberry honey.
Blueberry honey. Okay.
I'm going to try that.
No, and I'm having even the smell with this one is a little tough.
All right. Wow. Well, that sucks, man. You know, hopefully this is going to be quick.
Just 400 days.
And yeah.
I know that poor guy.
I know.
I really hope it doesn't.
He said he was rage eating. Just eating out of anger. Even though he can't taste it, he's still going to eat something that he knows his body likes.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm not. I mean, I'm still eating meals because yes, you still get hungry, but I'm not really snacking because what's the point? Like, I don't feel like anything because I know I'm not going to be able to taste it.
Yeah, a lot of times snacking is just you want some flavor.
What about hot drinks or things like that, like coffee? Nothing.
Not really. I mean, I know
people have said coffee is a big inciter.
Well, and you know what, Steve? When it first happened, I was not leaving the house, obviously.
Right.
So I wasn't going to get my coffee. I could make it at the house, but I was kind of skipping it because I couldn't taste it, and I was getting the headache.
Do you think you'll try?
Oh my God! Wait, that's like the caffeine headache. You need it.
Do you think you're going to try that orange thing?
Listen, I'll try anything. Let's.
Might as well, right? I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And if for some reason it does, then you're good to go. Okay. All right, this has been the Kathy Romano Taste Test. And, young children can learn new things faster than you can.
Yeah.
Brown University researchers found children of elementary school age can learn more items within a given period of time than adults. They say this is due to differences in a brain messenger known as GABA. GABA.
Is that okay? Yo Gabba Gabba. I mean, is Yo Gabba Gabba just nonsense, or does that have something to do with what you're
like
talking
Radio
about?
Gaga?
It may have something behind it, Case, which this stabilizes newly learned material. GABA does. Specifically, children were found to have a rapid boost of GABA during visual training that lasts until after training ends.
I think this is just an attempt to get people to say GABA.
Gabba Gabba. What does he say?
I've got a great idea. We'll pretend that we have the results of a study, and the thing we'll refer to as GABA to go along with it.
In adults,
this replaces last week's study that involved butt munch. There were no takers on that, but I think GABA we can get in there.
You remember when you were a kid, like butt munch would have been would have been a suitable insult?
Yeah. Hey, butt munch.
Shut up, butt munch.
You're disturbing my research on GABA.
In adults,
Gabba Gabba cool, man. That's what he says, right?
Zappa Zappa cool.
Oh,
Zappa cool.
That's right.
Philadelphia has more than 300 historical markers spread throughout the city, each recognizing a significant person, a place, or an event that shaped Philadelphia's deployment. We were just talking about this.
I love to read them.
I do too. Casey does not like to read them because
I'm not. It's not that I don't like. I'm just not interested.
I got you.
It'll be a waste of my time because I will forget everything 3 steps after I walk away.
By the way, the new markers were selected from 91 applications, bringing the state's total number of markers to more than 2,500 since the program started in 1946. You want to hear who some of them are?
Yes, please.
All right, these are the ones that are going to be in Philadelphia. John G. Johnson will be celebrated.
But your cousin has to call me Jimmy.
Johnson earned his nickname America's Best Lawyer. Practicing from 1862 to 1884. Among his clients were U.S. Steel, Standard Oil, DuPont, J.P. Morgan, and other corporations. So he had the big
Sorry,
clients.
Alaska.
Yeah.
You're not a state yet.
He has a kick-ass mustache, too, by the way.
Absolutely.
Johnson's personal
ladies loved him.
Art collection was you know what he invented?
The mustache ride.
Free mustache rides. He invented that T-shirt.
Yeah, and on the back of his Conestoga wagon, it said, the bitch fell off.
Yep, and free mustache rides.
I propose the ability to ride my mustache to any lady within the city limits. Anytime, day or night, contact me and I will allow you to sit akimbo across my face. Oh, and I'm also a lawyer.
He's also a lawyer,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Also, Samuel V. Merrick, notable industrialist during the early years of the Industrial Revolution. He built Philadelphia's Southwark Foundry, one of the most advanced manufacturing plants of its kind in the U.S., and co-founded the Franklin Institute.
Hey. And I invented the steam-powered Sibian. It was a time of frustrated sexual appetites. And spinsters couldn't get any.
That thing was powered by steam?
Yeah.
That's powerful, man.
Absolutely. We lost many young ladies. Many of them that got on in Philadelphia ended up in Delaware.
Yes. It shot them across state lines. We're going to try this thing. We try to have toys to play with when we do the Camp Out for Hunger. And Casey found this thing. It's called the Meltdown. All right, so we're looking at a video of this outside right now. If you guys want to go outside and see this person, you can. If you want to stay in here and watch this on the video, that's fine. I think Steve and I are going to try to head out there.
Yes.
All right, so let me describe this. It's a big ring. It's like a square, actually. It looks like it's about 20 by 20.
It's a square ring.
And in the middle of it, I'll say like a boxing ring. All right, so that's square. All right, anyhow, inside the middle of it is this big apparatus. It's a large arm, and obviously the object is to avoid this arm as it swings around. Now, I was out here playing with this earlier.
Yeah.
It's got 3 settings on it. All right, it's got slow, medium, and fast.
Yeah.
Fast is insane. It is.
Well, so
no way in hell.
All right, Steve. When I put when it was going fast, I was thinking, oh, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do this, and I put my arm up just to see what it felt like.
Right. And it ripped it off.
It almost ripped my arm straight off my body.
Do you think you could time it? Because that's obviously the key.
I don't know. And I was going to bail on this until Marissa made me feel like a giant puss.
All right, because Marissa's doing it, Casey's doing it, Nick is doing it, and we needed a fourth because the rest of us are going to get killed.
Yeah.
So Kyle is going to step in. Wide angle Kyle, who went on the road trip with Casey and Jackie Bam Bam.
Yes, wide angle. You know, me and campout stunts have such a good history.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start these guys off on slow, see how they do. We'll try out medium.
No way.
And by the way, what did you tell me about fast, about recommended?
Not recommended for a very long amount of time.
Yes. All right. Fast is not recommended for a very long amount of time for a reason. So you will either have to jump or duck as this is going around. And all these guys are mic'd, so this should be interesting as far as the sounds that we're going to get from this.
Do you know what makes this wild, Preston, is that what they're really not standing on is very firm. It's very bouncy.
Yeah.
So that can be very
Kyle goes over the top. Marissa is down.
Yeah!
Oh, my God. Casey successfully ducked. And Kyle, whoa!
He
I'm
made
great
it
at
over.
this.
Way over the top.
I like this game.
Oh, down.
Jesus.
Over.
Dude,
all right, hold on.
The jumping is useless.
It's on medium now. Hold on. This is. Oh my God. Stop. Hold on. Casey.
I knew this was going to happen.
Casey, are you okay?
What? Yeah, he's
Casey,
okay.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. That looked painful.
All right, I got to ask you something.
That was slow.
In what world does a non-Olympic athlete clear that? That was incredibly hard.
Did you see his neck?
Yes.
I would just like you guys to know while you were watching Paul, Kyle rode the thing until he knocked me down.
Oh, really?
I knocked you down? I mean, and the breathing situation that's taking place right now while everybody has a minute.
By the way, Casey's still down on the ground.
Oh, he's up now.
All right.
I'll tell you this. What was hilarious, Kyle was clearing it pretty well, but at one point it caught him and threw him into Marissa.
Yes. I missed it.
What's that weekly exercise class you do? I need in.
Fortunately, we'll have video of this because I missed that part of it. I was so focused on watching Casey get knocked clear out of the air.
The worst part, so I don't even care about my neck.
So
were my love handles out?
No, you're not.
Okay.
You look stunning.
Right.
No, it wasn't embarrassing at all.
No.
You guys want to try it on fast?
Oh, no. That was slow.
Can
we go to medium?
Wait, that was medium.
Okay.
We went from slow to medium.
Can we go to super medium first?
Let's try fast.
What do you want to do medium and then fast?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly,
do that.
put us out of our misery.
All right.
Just kill us.
We're going to do fast, okay? All right, Jacob, on your mark, get set, and go. Here comes fast. All right, Casey out. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's insane. Oh, my God. Dude. No. Casey's hitting it. He's kicking it. He's punching it.
The thing clocked me in the back of the head.
I'm pretending I'm in a box.
Are you concussed?
I got donkey punched.
You know what? Actually, we got paid by that person you were dealing with over at Villanova. Yeah. Clock in the back.
It's Friday. Oh, yeah. No sad bro at all. Feels wonderful. And it'll feel wonderful if you win our Word of the Week prize. We're going to have that in just a little bit, so make sure you're ready for that. Kathy, I saw you, you have sniffles. I saw you a little tissue there.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No,
Because we've had a circle of sickness around you.
And usually, well, that's what I get nervous about, which is why I don't like when people come to work sick, because I will get your sickness. But I've been doing a new concoction that Dr. Palmer has set up for me. So for my Neumann, and I think that it's working. I think it's helping. So,
all right.
Did you tell Preston's wife you're going to see Dr. Palmer?
She loves Dr.
I know she does.
Dr. Palmer.
He does love Dr. Palmer.
I'm so wet. I know that's not your area of expertise, but could you take a look down there?
Oh, my God.
Part of the console is good.
I worry most about Nick because I sit right next to him. But
But I didn't get you sick,
No.
right?
no.
Yeah.
All right.
No, not at all.
Very good. All right, so we're going to do today's lesson question. We're going to do that. And we're going to give away a 4-pack of tickets. Guess what I get to do? 4-pack of tickets to Luminature at the Philadelphia Zoo. The question that will go with this is, which politician is a surprise celebrity guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race? 215-263-WMMR. You had to have heard this earlier this morning to get it right. Which politician is a surprise celebrity guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race? 215-263-WMMR. Call if you know the answer.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Family and Company Jewelers. Get a little extra action under the mistletoe this year with a gift from Family and Company Jewelers, South Jersey's holiday diamond destination. Route 70 in Marlton or at FamilyJewelers.com. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, a lot of fans were none too thrilled when Madonna took the stage 2 hours late for a show in Brooklyn Wednesday night. The aging diva apparently lost track of time watching a Matlock marathon. Hey! Todd Crisley of Crisley Knows Best has been vigorously complaining about the food at the Florida prison he's currently serving time in for tax evasion. Still, Crisley says all is not bad, noting that he has befriended a mouse named Mr. Jingles, who sleeps on a little bed in his ass.
Oh, man.
Hulu has decided to scrap plans for a show starring Diddy in light of recent multiple allegations of sexual assault. Hulu had briefly considered adapting to the changing news cycle and calling the show Diddy Rappin' and Rapin'.
Oh.
And that's your Hollywood Trash.
We are looking for somebody who knows the answer to this question. Which politician is a surprise celebrity guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race? And we have, Jim we're going to go to.
Yes.
Hi, Jim.
Good morning, Ed.
Good morning to see you, Jim. All right,
Yes.
who is going to be the surprise celebrity guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race?
Is it Mitch McConnell?
It is. That's correct, Jim. I want you to hang on the line, buddy. We are going to give you 4-pack of tickets for Luminature at the Philadelphia Zoo. Luminature is back for another season of sights, sounds, and surprises at the Philadelphia Zoo now through January 6th with more than 1 million twinkling lights. It is the biggest and brightest holiday light show yet, and you can reserve your tickets now at philadelphiazoo.org.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Brought to you by Wawa. They got you covered with gift cards for everyone on your list, from Wawa gift cards or a gift card from your favorite brand. Happy holidays from Wawa.
Can I mention something quickly just before it leaves my mind, Preston,
Yeah.
about yesterday? There was a little bit of a slight, these are not my numbers, but like 3, 5, and it took like it felt like 3 hours, but he just wasn't getting it. So with the delay, it's like, it's so effing frustrating.
Yeah, you gotta kind of play news anchor /
Yes.
reporter.
Oh my God.
Yep. The Rolling Stones will release a live edition of Hackney Diamonds, featuring all 7 tracks performed at last month's launch event at Racket in New York City. Racket. The 2 CD format includes debut performances of 4 tracks. Sweet Sounds of Heaven with Lady Gaga.
Rag'em.
As well as Shattered.
Rag'em. Rag'em.
The Tumblin' Dice.
Rag'em.
And Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Rag'em.
Will be available on January 19th.
Rag'em.
The Stones recently released a lyric video for Bite My Head Off.
Rag'em.
Featuring some of that live footage.
Rag'em.
And then in the studio with Paul McCartney.
Rag'em.
That's great.
Rag'em.
You see Rag'em? Def Leppard has shared a new live video of Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Rag'em.
It was shot last month at Giant Stadium in Sydney, Australia. They posted it on their social media late Thursday. The video has The video has similarities to the original from 1987. Next July, they'll kick off the 23-city tour with Journey that includes Heart, Steve Miller Band, and Cheap Trick. And Steve Miller is the one who's going to be performing with them in Philadelphia.
Are you going to go to that?
I haven't decided.
Yeah.
When is it?
I think it's on a weeknight, if I remember which kind of
makes it hard.
Takes it off the plate for me, unfortunately. No Rackham.
No Rackham.
I will not Rackham.
Rag'em.
But you know what I did hear is coming to town, and tickets went on sale yesterday.
Oh, yes.
And I went ahead and got them. Brett Goldstein.
Yes.
Roy Kent is coming to town. What's that?
It's tomorrow.
What?
Roy Kent, it's tomorrow.
It's January 25th. It's on my birthday.
Oh, okay, because I got one. You know what? Maybe I saw this wrong because they were asking me for tickets. I thought it said December 16th.
Did you get them, Preston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went on sale yesterday.
Okay. What did I see Verizon Hall December 16th? Am I just talking to my ace?
This is at the Met.
Okay.
Maybe is he at Verizon Hall?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow? Developing a new music-related animation project. Minkoff co-directed The Lion King for Disney.
Excuse me, Minkoff.
As well as other films such as Stuart Little, The Haunted Mansion, and The Forbidden Kingdom.
All good stuff.
One last thing. While on tour in Italy, Patti Smith had to be hospitalized with a sudden illness on Tuesday, December 12th. Her show was canceled, and the venue put out a statement to fans saying, "We are all sorry for this inconvenience caused by the news. Our best wishes for a speedy recovery go to the artist."
No mention of exactly what it was?
No, they remain quiet on that. The 76-year-old has been playing shows in Italy the last couple of weeks and has dates in Chicago and Brooklyn before the year's end, so maybe we'll find out down the road. Oh, my God. Wow, we just mentioned a couple of shows, and look who we have on the line.
What?
It's Brett Goldstein, I think. Hi, Brett, is that you?
Happy birthday!
Oh! I'm sorry. I misread. It's Gary Lauer.
Hey, how you feeling, Case?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Oh, just peachy, young man. Just peachy.
You sound great.
You do sound good. We were actually a little bit worried about you, Gary. We had not heard from you for a while.
How are you, Steve? How's everybody? How's my family? How are you, sweet tea, Captain Romano?
Hey, Gar, how are you?
I'm just peachy, love.
Good,
Hey,
you
I
sound
was
good.
wondering if you guys can have Casey call me later, and then we could do what we do like we do every year.
Why don't you ask him right now?
Yeah, he's not going to call you.
Why?
Because he doesn't feel like it.
Yes, he would.
Oh, wow.
Casey, call him.
No, listen, when the
stop
show is over, I've used all my words for the day.
Gary, he'll call you.
Yeah,
He'll call
thank
you.
you. Thank you, Cap.
You're
for sticking
welcome.
up for me, love.
And by the way, he has that room open for you at his house. So
That's great. Anyway, I just want to tell you I'm available. I just need a ride, and I would love to see my family. I love these guys. I miss my guy.
All right.
I miss you terribly.
We miss you terribly, too. So you're talking about for the Christmas miracle, just for our
man,
listeners.
come on, man. We can't stop tradition, man. And we
No.
got to do something nice. We all have to do something nice for Bill Weston's last day,
Yeah.
the 31st.
Kissing booth with Gary Lauer?
We got to plan all the stuff for the big man.
Yes.
No, we're well ahead of you, but we appreciate the sentiment.
Eric Simon, Chuck D'Amico, come on, man. We have the best team on the
Hey,
radio.
well, we have a meeting after the show. Do you want to stop by for that?
Oh, yeah,
Give us your
We just have to pick him up.
real soon.
All right.
We have the best team, according to Gary.
He does. Listen,
He's part of our team.
He works.
Billy Burns is the sales. The
Billy
man.
Burns.
Billy Burns is the man.
Billy Burns.
I love it.
Billy Burns is the man.
Jim
Burns.
Antes. How about that Jim Antes?
Oh, come on, man. You know the guy, Gary down the road. Look, man, I know it all, man.
We're going to do it for Johnny, though, right?
Yeah, Johnny.
We got to do it for Johnny, man. Give me a call, Case, if you can, man. And I hope you guys have a great day, man.
Thank you,
Hang on.
Gary.
Marissa's Marissa's signaling. What are you saying?
I had though maybe it changed.
That's all.
All right, good.
We did some. So I don't know if you guys know Connor is the brains behind Pierre's weekend calendar. So before Pierre comes running in, wondering where that is on the weekend calendar, because he listens to things that we announce and then adds him to his calendar.
Okay.
So,
Connor's all
Good
over
to
it.
know. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
I thought I would have known for sure
Right.
if Roy effing Kent was
Right.
coming to town.
I
but-
know. Listen, I legit just got a request for tickets today, and I was like, "Well, I didn't know he was coming to town." And then I Googled it, and that was the date and everything that I had gotten.
It's not tomorrow. It's January 25th, and
Nice.
it's the Met. And
What about that Jason Sudeikis and the
Anna Waddingham?
Anna Waddingham at the Couch Tomato in Mania.
Oh, in Mania. All right, well, cool. But listen, and we're working on maybe getting Brett on for an interview.
That'd be
I was
terrific.
Speaking to the powers
By the
that
way,
be yesterday, and they're working on it, so that'd be wonderful.
Her special on Netflix is wonderful. It's a Christmas special, a classic Christmas special, and she has a fantastic voice.
She's an amazing singer.
And my wife's comment, she goes, that is the most form-fitting the gown that she starts off in.
She is a full-figured woman.
Yeah,
she is a tall drink of water, and she is insanely talented. And if you watch Ted Lasso, you will love it because almost everybody has a moment on that thing, and it's great.
Amazing.
And it's only like 40 minutes long.
Yes.
It's an easy watch as well. So.
How tall do you think she is?
I think she's like 6'2" at least.
You think so?
Maybe even 6'3". Yeah. Yeah, I think she's really I don't know. You could look up the information. Do you think she's taller than that?
No.
Probably at least, she's at least 6 feet.
I would. But cameras are, like you can never
They're not
really
that tall.
You can never really tell. I was thinking maybe like
5'10".
I think she was like 5'11" or
But
so.
in heels.
5'11".
Yeah.
Okay. I thought she was over 6-footer because everybody she stands next to, she towers over.
Right.
But I guess she does.
Well, Hollywood is pretty short though too.
That's true. That is true.
John Wayne was 6. No, he was 5'10".
No, he was 5'6".
Well, Gwen. All right, let's try it. Have Marissa on medium. Here we go.
I need some to hold on to.
That last.
What's your leg?
2 seconds.
All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, you ready? Wait, Nick's in the corner.
Oh, I didn't hear no bell.
All right, fast. On your mark, get set, and go. And it's off. Nick's down.
I think he broke it.
Marissa's stuck on the end. She's hanging on.
She was hanging on, thrown off. Kyle tried to clear the whole thing.
It almost launched Marissa out of the ring.
Yeah, I gotta say, Preston, this device is very strong.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I can say why now you don't wear sneakers in this thing. I think it's just my.
All right, let's try it on slow and see if you guys can actively do it, and then we'll speed it up as we go along.
Great.
All right?
Sure.
Here we go. Final round, most likely. We'll see.
I have to poop.
Jacob, slow. Here we go. And it begins.
Yours.
Okay, come on, Casey.
Get over.
Kyle's over.
Over.
God, damn it in the gut.
You got to duck. You got to jump.
Casey, that was coordinated. Yeah, dump that. Good. Dump that. I think oh my God. Got me in the pills.
Everyone is on the ground now.
I'm up. That was directly in the balls.
We lost.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
God, this thing is insane.
It's insane.
And, oh, my God. We saw your love handles that time, Case.
Casey flew into Marissa. I don't know how
been
you
taken
could
out
do
by
this.
everyone but Nick.
What's that, Steve?
I don't know how you could do that.
I know.
Kyle's tall. He can't jump and clear it.
And by the way, this is the small version of this. They have a bigger one for like 8 people.
Can we take a show?
This thing.
Jesus.
All right. I think have they had enough abuse?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, Marissa's being given the last rites.
Kathy, you sure you don't want to try this?
Come on, Kathy.
I'm pretty sure.
Kathy's back was hurting. This would kill her.
All right.
This will fix it.
So, who do we deem our winner? Do we have a winner? Is it Marissa?
Yeah. She was the first to raise her arms.
It's great to have our guest back in our studio this morning. He's here to talk about a movie that is going to be in theaters on April 13th. It is a story of a gentleman by the name of Father Stuart Long, and it's called Father Stu. We're happy to have Mark Wahlberg here with us.
How are you guys?
Hey, Mark,
I feel like
good
I
to see you.
just broke the fourth wall. I watched her do the traffic. Wow, that
You
was
saw
classic.
it.
And I knew she was going to mention the Schuylkill. Schuylkill first thing. Schuylkill.
Well, you're an honorary Philadelphian. I mean, let's face it.
Take a lot of pride in that too.
Yes, yeah. I remember when the Eagles were heading to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
You came on with us, man, and we never forgot that. And of course, you're Vince Papale, so that's.
I actually, it was dawned on me. Oh my gosh, this is something that I should do. I'm always looking for the next great challenge, and more importantly, this is also an opportunity for me to do something that really kind of represents my faith, and hopefully will help a lot of people. And people are really touched by the film.
There's a lot to be gleaned from this movie, and I'm a sucker for this kind of story. The fact that it's real only makes it that much more impactful. But there's redemption. There's a false start to redemption that is driven home by a more cataclysmic event that occurs with Father Stu. But also all the things like I think forgiveness and things that we lose sight of. I was talking to Casey prior to having you on today about we've forgotten how to, take people as a whole entity.
And most importantly, seeing the good in people.
Seeing the good in people. And that point is driven home in the movie is that we're all imperfections. We're all that part of it. But retain the ability to say, this may not be something I'm thrilled about this person, but they did this. There's something in there. And that point's driven home as well. There's something in Father Stu that makes him able to slalom into the right people's spheres who help him along.
Yeah, and he's then in turn touched so many people in such a short amount of time during the priesthood. But it's remarkable. I just went to Helena, Montana. We had the premiere there, and to see all the people, to show the film to his family, his friends, parishioners, but also see how many people he touched.
Right.
And then he had this terrible accident, had a visit from Mother Mary, and then he went to the fullest extreme and said, not only am I going to become a Catholic, I'm going to become a priest. And everybody in his life just thought he was absolutely crazy. He challenged everything about the priesthood in the seminary, got diagnosed with a rare disease, incurable disease, and then as his physicality deteriorated, his spirituality soared, and they still campaigned to have him ordained as a priest, and he touched a lot of people.
He seemed to be like leap of faith was his thing because
he'd try anything.
In the beginning, he moves to Los Angeles with nothing, no one, that, checks into a hotel, I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah.
Well, he found out otherwise. And, but and yet this other thing happens in his life, and yet he takes another leap, and he seems to be one of these that just trusted his instincts 100% all the way.
Yeah, it was all about intuition for him. And, it's remarkable because the things that he did in a short amount of time, really, I talked to the Archbishop who had ordained him, and he was like, I couldn't believe, but he had so much real-life experience, and all the things that people were going through and struggling with, he had already experienced. So he knew how to kind of help them cope with that, and to see with all the adversity that he faced, he handled it with such grace and dignity. Yeah. And if we're lucky enough to get old, we're all going to face it.
Yes.
But, it's one of those things with
Getting ready for next week. A lot of things planned for next week, and I will give you the rundown of all of that stuff in just a little bit. But today has been fun. I would like to welcome you back officially again. So
good to be back. Thanks,
good to have you
guys.
back. Absolutely. So, and I would also like to thank our guest actor Jason Isaacs. Super nice guy, insanely talented actor, and he is starring as Cary Grant in the new series called Archie. And it's on BritBox, which is a British streaming service. But it looks good. It's only it's a limited series, like 4 episodes.
4 episodes. They peel back the curtain. What is very cool on his relationship with Jughead is a lot more.
No, that's a cartoon. That's a comic.
No,
actually.
but yeah, the Cary Grant and the real person he was.
I used to read the Archie comics. I loved them.
You didn't watch Riverdale, though, right?
I did not. I watched a little bit of it, and it wasn't my thing.
It wasn't the comic books, but it was good.
I liked the comic books.
Yeah.
Bazooka Joe was a total ripoff of the Archies, was he not?
I don't think so.
No.
I think the prison guard is reading Archie when he's sitting on the can in Shawshank.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And when Andy starts playing the music, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna look
But they
up.
had a crossover sometimes because Sabrina would be in the Archie
Sabrina's
comic
from
books.
the Archies, yeah.
And there were a couple other ones, but I can't remember all of them. But Reggie,
Holden Caulfield.
Veronica and Holden Caulfield. There was a J.D. Salinger who ran it for a little while.
Archies.
Yeah. So anyway, we could just go on and on forever. But
Yeah.
Oh, those invisible clouds.
Well, they're cloud. I see them, don't you?
You see a lot of stuff I don't see, man.
Yeah, it's really true.
There's Jim Morrison right over there.
Don't yuck on my yak, whatever it was.
Yuck my yum.
Don't yuck on my yum. I'm sorry. Nick was right. He pulled up the video proof. He was reading a Jughead
Very happy with myself.
comic book when in Shawshank Redemption. All right, shall we do the letter of the day, Mr. Robert?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
And the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
E as in early.
All right, and we will take caller number 7 at 215-263-WMMR. We need to know what the word of the week is in order for you to win the word of the week prize, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. So give us a call right about now. You got some big things planned for today?
Yeah, first I wanted to mention my interview with Dolly Parton is up now at WMMR.com. And like when you guys had her, she couldn't have been cooler. And I got to make it into a little clip, but she said, Pierre Robert, I love that name. And
she's just enchanting.
Oh, it's so enchanting, And I mean, she on that record, she's got everyone from Rob Halford of Judas Priest to Pat Benatar to Joan Jett and the Blackhearts backing her up on I Hate Myself for Loving You. She covers Freebird on that record. She covers Stairway to Heaven and We Are the Champions from Queen.
McCartney's in there. Mick Fleetwood and God, there's so many
Sick. The conversation is up at WMMR.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Got to check that out. All right, so what's happening?
On the program, we'll have one more pair of Def Leppard and Journey tickets, and we will have a combined block of them because it just went on sale as of about a half an hour ago. And that'll be at the park. We also have blocks of Corey Taylor. That show went on sale today. And a block of Christmas music.
Oh, terrific.
Very enjoyable, sir. All right, we'll go to the phones and try to get a winner. Caller number 7 happens to be Andy. All right, let's get him on the line.
Alan! Preston!
Hang on a second, Andy. I got to, Alan, chill out for a minute here. All right, I'm doing great. Andy, you ready to give us the word of the week, buddy?
I sure am, as the Cars would sing. Who's gonna drive you home?
Great day in the morning, young man.
Drive is correct. And drive is what you're going to get to do, Andy. We have a stock car racing experience at Pocono Raceway for 2. And this is fantastic. You're going to get behind the wheel of 160 mile per hour.